It's Tuesday. Let's get fucking hype right now, alright? Please, for the love of God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Alpha Hour podcast on Tuesday, January 19th of 2021. My name is the Alpha Russ. Welcome to the program. So before we begin, I want to make a couple of brief little statements here, just for myself here as we get right into the scene here, as I was recording some stuff earlier. So yeah, there we go. Now we're fixed. I should turn my light down just a tad bit. I look more paler than I am. I was trying to fix something and I needed light, so come on, there we go. What's going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic 2021. Some will have a fantastic 2021 with this. So I want to make a quick adjustments to the show. As most of you know, because of the June 6th, or not June 6th, the January 6th, insurrection shit, that happened, a lot of the right-winged media, and I feel like am I getting blocked by the by that right there? I think I am. So let me fix this real quick here. I'm sorry. I wish this was fixed. It isn't. There you go. That's much better. I shouldn't lean over to the right. I'm gonna be improving a lot more shit this week. So obviously with Baked Alaska, which I mean to be fair, he kind of deserved it. I mean, breaking into federal property is a very serious offense, in most people's eyes. But also we are, also with the suspension of Ethan Ralph, and the Ralph Retort, as they moved over here to Trovo. Of course, that's the reason why tonight, and probably for a little while, moving forward, the non-archived version of the stream will be exclusively on Trovo moving forward. We'll still do restream nights on my days off with D Live and everything. I'm not leaving D Live, just to be perfectly clear. A lot of people have asked me if I should, well, not ask, probably try to sway me to come to like Facebook gaming and YouTube, and I like the prospect of that, but the community of D Live has been tremendous to me. We're currently at, if I can check here real quick, I know I'm about to hit 400 here in the next couple months. So apparently I need to update this thing. I could check real quick on here real quick. Check on D Live, the D Live thing here.
They're coming free, by the way.
There we go. 368. For those who want to follow me there, let me get the window capture to work. Boom, there we go. The website's right there. They finally actually gave me the ability, or a lot of the affiliates, to actually use the make their own offline screens. I am working on making one myself, to fit with the with the theming and everything, obviously. So keep that in mind. But as of right now, we will be moving forward streaming on Trovo, YouTube, and also we're actually on Periscope, which last time I heard something about Periscope. I guess they're finally merging the two wildebeests together to make the beast with two backs, and actually make YouTube, or not YouTube, Twitter Live, or whatever they're gonna call it. Yes, but that's what's going on. And that's pretty much it. I just want to make that announcement moving forward, and such. So with that said, let me introduce a man who is more prehistoric than most others. I'm talking about my friend, the one and only Travis the T-Rex. Hey, what's going on, Travis?
What is up, my dude? How are you?
It seems like 2020 is already 2021 has already started to become 2020 Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. We got three topics that I was very interested in, and we're gonna talk about some of these things, but we're gonna start with a little bit of a palate cleanser. Well, I wouldn't say palate cleanser. I guess it would be just the topic in question is an update to many things. Which, by the way, if you guys want to know the latest updates going on with the whole cyberpunk issues and everything, I highly encourage you guys to go see Tipster on his YouTube channel, Tipster News, and he does a very, very good job of talking about these certain things. And I'm not trying to say that he's an older man, but I mean, hey, he's a lot wiser about this shit than I am. But speaking of cyberpunk, the last time I looked into cyberpunk, it was another country was suing them not too long ago, and I was like, well, okay, if they're gonna get sued by another country, that means there's gonna be a lot more lawsuits coming. Well, almost like in EA's case with the loot boxes, it seems like California is the next state to strike. As we're taking a look here right now at a there you go. Want to make sure that's a little bit more readable for others. A Game Informer article by Liana Rupert. Is it Rupert or Rupert? I don't know. But
Is it Rappaport?
it's definitely not. It's not definitely not Ethan Ralph. Which, by the way, you'll never sunrise on the Ralph retort. I'm just kidding. I mean, we all eventually sunrise. Just it's called death. All right. It's not a very pretty sunset. All right. But it seems as if California Karens have finally gotten my birthday wish, because it seems like they have finally filed suit as the launch of Cyberpunk 2077 has become one of the messiest to date, going far beyond simple glitches and game fixes. From hostile work conditions to a lack of clear planning, the road to launch has been paved with negativity, and it looks like the hits will continue as a second class action lawsuit against CD Projekt Red has been filed. You done messed up.
I've not been really paying attention to the cyberpunk thing because it's just so fucking gay. But I have been seeing like the titles of like quartering videos and tipster videos and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, they're in deep trouble.
Oh, they are more in trouble than I think they actually estimated. I'm gonna light myself down a little bit.
Oh, I think so, because they didn't realize they were gonna be in this much of hot water.
There we go.
God damn.
Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna be in this much trouble as well. And then it's like, surprise! It is I, John Mulaney. Get well soon, John Mulaney. Love you, buddy. All right.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Exactly. So actually, they do have a link to another tab to investors, and this is apparently earlier in the year, or last year, literally 2 days. And apparently, this is after. This is another class action lawsuit. So this is the second in the United States. There's another one in another country that I can't think of on top of my head that's happened. And this one, the first one was obviously because of investors that work for CD Projekt Red. They were pissed. They're like, yeah. We need to recover damages. and made by misleading statements. I'm not talking about the Rickroll they did on Christmas, which was I actually had a good giggle over that. That was probably the funniest thing I ever seen in my whole life.
I don't remember seeing that simply because, again, this CG Project Red thing is just getting so insane that I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I tapped out, boys. I'm done.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, if you look at CD Projekt's Reds, I'm not even drinking. I'm actually, hold on.
Are you sober?
I wish I wasn't. I'm drinking water right now. I'm kind of warming up for February. February traditionally do like a huge like soda fast, so like it's kind of I'm trying to warm up right now, trying to get used to tasting minerals. Oh, delicious minerals.
Delicious minerals.
Mm-hmm. At least they ain't Flint minerals. Anyway,
Anyway, dumbass.
all right, so back to the original thing that we were looking at. Lena Rupert says this in a new report by GamesIndustry.biz. The lawsuit.
What the fuck kind of name is that?
I don't know, but if they're part of the Biz Quiz, then hey, that's all good.
Biz
right?
Quiz.
Biz Quiz.
Biz Quiz.
Oh hell yeah! All right, don't sue me, Stone Cold. The lawsuit has been filed via the U.S. District Court for Central District of California. So that's Fresno, I think. I think that's either it's Fresno or San Bernardino. San Bernardino.
I dozed out. I dozed out for a little bit. What was that? What was that?
I was talking about the Central Court of District of California.
Yeah, where? So
I don't know if it's either in San Bernardino or.
Yeah, you might be right. It might be Fresno. I don't know.
I'll have to Google it later. Because I'm a boomer. All right. The lawsuit was confirmed via the regulatory announcements portion of the CD Projekt Red's website, citing that the second lawsuit has the same intent as the first one filed earlier this year. The latest announcement reports that filing claims against the game's launch was misleading to both investors and consumers.
Okay.
You don't say.
Yeah, you don't say, pal.
The official notice of the law, that's an error, and I was corrected by Ethan Ralph's telegram. The official notice of the lawsuit, the management board of the CD Projekt SA with the registered office in Warsaw, so I think that's where it's at, hereby announces that it receives confirmation from a law firm cooperating with the company that second civil class action lawsuit has been filed in the United States District Court for the Center District of California, blah, 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 blah. Let's see here. On the behalf of a group of holders securities traded in the USA under the ticket symbols OT-GLY. Oh, that's ugly. And OT-GLYPH.
Oh, that's ugly. That's so ugly.
That is so ugly.
So ugly.
Look, we can't talk about Angry Slug like that, alright? Kappa. Alright. Kappa.
Fucking dick.
And look, he deserves that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you think he's ever gonna actually watch our show or no?
Oh, he will. He will eventually. He hates me.
I don't think he will. He's a fucking idiot.
He fears me. He fears this man. All right. He'll pull a fucking Tonka Saw and just fucking. Hey, look, man. We could do this blood sport style, or we could just go in an MMA fight, and I could beat you down senseless.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
And then you just have Andy Wilson just walk in, you know, and then go.
Ethan Ralph is my corner man. Come on, he'll be like, "Come on, fat ass, you can run faster than me." All right. Anyway, based on the company's shares, the content of the claim, including its subject and scope, is the same one disclosed. So from my understanding of the first one, it's they're demanding about the game's first 6 months worth of revenue plus 20% of incentive damage. I think that's what it was. I don't
damage.
like there's like bonus incentives, like if it hits this milestone, then it hit kind of like that.
I was like, what the fuck is incentive damage? I'm confused now.
They might have emotional damage because their wallets were crying. World Satisfied Lynn here. Okay. In addition to the second last, the Poland, yes, Poland. That was I was trying to think of competition and consumer protection is also contemplating adding its own lawsuit to the table. So we might get three as a lady here. In terms of class action lawsuits. With the recent apology video from the co-founder of CD Projekt Red detailing what led to
that? I didn't.
No, actually I want to watch that right now. So let's see.
Well, you gotta put it in so I can see it because I'm a big dum dum and I can't
I know.
see
Okay,
it.
hold on. I'm getting the YouTube thing. Hold on. Let me.
Hey everyone, my name is.
Okay, hold on.
We are very sorry that we fucked up your Christmas. Take this token of appreciation because we suck complete ass.
All right.
Goodbye.
All right, screen share's there for you.
Thank you, kind sir. Be pink and fucking pink. The fuck is this shit? Anyway, go on.
All right. Wait, why is it saying that? We pause this preview. Okay, there you go. All right. So this is the co-founders personal explanation. Okay. We'll kind of go through it and pause and watch it. So this is what's happened. This what's going on here. Sorry.
I'm the co-founder of CD Projekt. When I started CD Projekt 25 years ago, one of its founding principles was honest and direct communication with gamers. When CD Projekt Red, the game development part of CD Projekt, was born, it added something important to that principle, the ambition to make the best games in the world. It became our mission and something that guided us up until now. Based on that legacy of genuine and honest communication, you've trusted us and pre-ordered our game. And despite good reviews on PC, the console version of Cyberpunk 2077 did not meet the quality standard we wanted it to meet.
Okay, I gotta pause that real quick. Why do I feel like this is sounds so familiar? Because if you remember Fallout 76, when that happened, oh my god.
Yeah.
When that happened, this feels like the same apology that we got at what was it, E3? I think that's when they did the apology. Yes, it was like 8 months too late. 8 months too late. Why?
Too late.
It's too late to apologize. It's not copyright. Don't sue me, Ray J. All right, or whoever made that song. I don't even know who.
Like I remember it was E3 and one of the people, I don't know who the fuck it was, went on stage and was like, we are so sorry that Fallout 76 sucked ass. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? You didn't care.
You don't care. You're trying to band-aid a wound that needs more than just a band-aid. It needs sutures and shit like that.
Yeah, it didn't need just a band-aid. It needed a fucking gutting is what it needed.
Yeah. But now, so I was talking to a couple of streamer friends of mine that actually do have the game. That actually have
Cyberpunk now, right?
Yes, we're talking about Cyberpunk now. Okay. They initially changed their review to what was extremely horrible. It's not playable as a streamer
Okay.
or as a casual player. Now with
Yeah.
the recent patch they did, which was I think, hold on, let me see calendar here, because
Oh, they actually did a patch already? Nice.
well, they announced it in a thing on Twitter that they were gonna put out 2 big
Well,
patches.
I knew that, but I didn't know that actually happened. I thought they
I think
postponed
that
that too.
because they released it on the 14th. I had to get my
Yeah.
dates right.
Yeah,
And
December 14th they released the game. Yeah.
I'm assuming they're gonna be releasing it on the next one on the 19th of February.
Oh yeah, yeah. 14th
As
of
the
July,
tradition of big
January. Yeah.
patches, always on the third week of the month. All right, so let's
Well,
keep
we'll
watching
see.
this.
I and
Yeah.
the entire leadership team are deeply sorry for this, and this video is me publicly owning up to that. Please don't fault any of our teams for what happened. They all are incredibly talented and hardworking. Myself and the board are the final decision makers, and it was our call to release the game. Although, believe me, we never ever intended for anything like this to happen. I assure you that we'll do our
Sure.
best to regain your trust. Now I'd like to tell you how the situation looked like from the inside. Cyberpunk 2077 is huge in scope, and I'm not only talking about quests or things you see at first glance. I'm talking about a multitude of custom objects, interacting systems, and mechanics. In the game, everything is not stretched out over flat terrain where we can make things less taxing hardware-wise, but condensed in one big city and in a relatively loading-free environment. On its own, this is a challenge, but we made it even more difficult for ourselves.
All right, hold on. I got to point this out because um when I seen Sheriff Eli on Twitch play this game, he said that, and he had a pre-beta. He had a pre-beta code, in which he said like, okay, there's a lot of issues that are skin deep with it, but it's more of kind of like a cosmetic thing, and it's only when it's in very intense combat. And
Okay.
it was because I noticed what he was talking about because I watched another streamer during one of my overnights recently start their Nomad run, and one of the things that surprised me more than anything was the fact that the Nomad run is the most intensive for the game in terms of quality quantity type of gameplay. That's the reason why a lot of people didn't want to play the Nomad run initially, and they were doing more of a medium to long range type of gameplay. And judging by the beta that they revealed before the game came out, it the aesthetics of the city makes it a little bit more towards having close combat as its main like source of game content in terms of the fighting. But I think they noticed over time they try to quickly patch it over before this due date, and this is at the point where they said that the game was going to come out in September.
Yes.
And then
Okay. Yeah.
they switched it back a month because they realized
Yeah.
this game is just becoming one dimensional. It's and that's a genuine, and actually, and I know this is about to sound like a really really hot take about it, but Fallout 3 is a one-dimensional game. That's the biggest example of that because it really relies on you to be heavily proficient with long to medium range weapons. Because
Okay. Yeah.
it wasn't until Fallout 4 and to a degree Fallout 76. I did play it recently. It's actually gotten a lot better from when day one.
Oh, look, I better. Okay. Well, I heard it was garbage.
Oh, it was like you had people T-posing, just literally just oh. It's like every time you literally every time you turn around and you see a zombie or whatever you want to call them, all you see them T-posing, and you just think in your head, oh,
Oh shit!
see,
Oh shit! We're gonna get some T-bone for the
the T-posing me, get wrecked, scrub.
Ooh! I'm gonna T-bone on you. Fuck!
But yeah, but so now I think a few people have had that issue. I think it's in what I've noticed is a lot of people that complain about it, and I've seen the Reddits about the complaints and issues about it. It's mostly people who actually have like the hard disk version of the game,
Oh, gotcha.
and
Okay.
I was like, okay, well that makes sense because it's the basic code that they put in because I know it's 20 days before release. They have to give the manufacturing company the actual data scribe to put in the to put within the disk to obviously make games and everything. So I think they probably made a big mistake and was like,
Oh,
you know what, that
probably
we could have waited till next E3. You know what? Because
yeah.
here's the thing, because of COVID, I think we're not even gonna have another E3 with people in it for a long time. We're probably seeing it, we're maybe 2 or 3 years from now, and they'll introduce like the Xbox Slim, Xbox One X
That would
Series Slim.
suck. Absolutely suck.
Instead of
Because-
instead of it being a refrigerator, it's a milk carton.
Yeah. No. It's a milk jug.
No, it looks like the torch stick from Minecraft. just one giant
No, it's a mini
log.
fridge.
It's like black. It's just one black.
No. You get white and then you get black.
Yeah, and then like PS5 is like, oh hey, we added a new feature. It's water cooled. What do you mean by that? Because it looks like an actual fucking vase. just instead of it being flat and round, it's now just like round, and it has a little vessel where you can put the water in, boil some noodles while you're at it. You know.
No. It looks like a big, gigantic Wi-Fi router. What the fuck you talking about?
No, you know what it would look like? It would look like the hold on, I wanna look this up here real quick. Was it the
Oh God.
Apple Home
Ah!
speaker? It would look like this. Hold on, we're oh shit, I should. It's all right. It's Best Buy. Who cares? Like right there. That's what it will look like. I guarantee. All right.
It literally looks like a fucking hockey puck. What the?
It does. It does. You know.
It looks like a goddamn hockey puck.
I know, just a really thick hockey puck. You know. All right. Let's listen to more of this.
By wanting to make the game look epic on PCs and then adjusting it to consoles, especially old gens. That was our core assumption. And things did not look super difficult at
Pause
first.
real quick. I'm gonna say something real quick. What's with this fucking guy looking like David Spade over here? What's this shit? God damn.
He looks like a European David Spade.
He looks like a European David Spade. What is this shit?
I mean, I who am I to judge about that? You know, just saying. But you know, want to talk about that for a minute, because they should have been aware that they were gonna introduce the game in between a transition from current console to new console, which
well, we had to go through what, 3 console generations just to get this game out? Because they talked about it back in 2012 with the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, right? And then they kept going on and on and on about how it's going to be for the PlayStation 4
and the
and
Xbox
the
One.
Xbox One. And now it was released it was released during the beginnings of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series.
Mm-hmm.
So you literally went for 3 different generations for this game. And it looks like a shit version of a PS3 game with PS4 graphics. What the fuck is this?
Have you seen that video recently that's been trending? It's a video of a guy that says that actually recreated the scene from Grand Theft Auto 5 where what's his face is like, don't judge me because I'm pretty, motherfucker. And it's like it's in PS4. I was like, or not PS4, in PS2 graphics. I was like, oh my god, I would have been cringe laughing now.
Oh god.
Oh god, it's
don't make my PS2 look worse than I know it already is.
Hey, look, we all. I still have my PS2. I might bust it down.
Upstairs. I love this fucking thing. It's amazing.
Anyway, but no, he should have known. Like, I mean, if he said, okay, well, we can't really do it for the 360, but we'll definitely do it for the Xbox X. He should have. If that was the case, they should have stopped whatever the project that they were working on before, and because I guess I was apparently, from what I've been told and I understand, Ethan Ralph, I swear you keep. Look, I love you, Gunt, but Jesus Christ, man, you make more notifications on. He's on Trovo just like I am.
Oh, we're on Trovo now? Hello, Trovo!
Yeah. He's on. Well, it's because of stuff like I addressed it at the beginning. So, yes, it is what it is. But
no, I know. I knew he was on Trovo. I actually got a notification from that too. But yeah. But that was like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to go into the quartering speed. Yes. See. Look.
Fuck yeah.
Look. Okay. I'm gonna be real for you for a minute here, Mr. Quartering, Jeremy Quartering, if that's your real name, Jeremy. See, I'm like the Craig Ferguson of podcasts. I'm very awkward, but when I do it, it's hilarious. It's just like I have people sitting there looking at this in the future, going like, "That man was very awkward." Yes, he was.
That man was a weird boy, but he was a cool boy.
He was a cool weird boy that just so happened to have a pedophile mustache. Excuse me, it's a porno mustache. Okay, look, Ron Jeremy made it.
Shankstar.
Double time, buddy, double time. No, but
double time.
Yeah, we'll put this on out of context. Anyway, all right, let's yeah, we're going quartering speed. By the way, quartering. I made myself laugh. I'm proposing we make a shirt. We make a shirt that has it where you're watching a video and you have the settings up and you choose speed, Instead of saying it 1.5, we just say quartering speed. Just have a
Yes.
shirt that says, I will buy the fuck out of that. All right, just
Hell
saying.
yeah.
Just saying. All right, all right, all right.
And
We're
it has
gonna.
to have his logo on it too. Like
It's
like
just
his
the logo.
and his
It's not
speed.
even. It doesn't even say quartering speed. It just says beard man.
Yeah, it just has this bearded logo. You
All
go
right.
1.25.
Yep.
Quartering speed.
No, it's 1.5.
Whatever.
Whatever. All right.
Yes, but ultimately, I think that time has proven that we've underestimated the task. To give a concrete example, and the main culprit, we had to constantly improve our in-game streaming system for all-gen consoles. Streaming is responsible for feeding the engine with what you see on screen, as well as the game mechanics. And since the city is so packed and the disk bandwidth of all-gens is what it is, it constantly challenged us. Every change and improvement needed to be tested, and as it turned out, our testing did not show a big part of the issues you experience while playing the game. As we got closer to the final release, we saw significant improvements each and every day, and we really believed we would deliver in the final Day Zero update. Now let's talk about the review process. We started sending our PC review keys in the first days of December. On launch day, December 10th, we hit the ground running with a really good start on PC. While not perfect, it's a version of Cyberpunk we are very proud of. At the same time, we're fighting for quality on all-gen consoles till the very last moment. And every extra day of us working on the Day Zero update brought visible improvement. This is why we started sending console reviews on the 8th of December, which was later.
Okay, I want to point this out. You say that you're doing it to the last minute. I actually do believe him, but it was crunch. And if people
It
know,
was crunch time. No, you know me right.
and you know, if anyone knows me or Jim Sterling, who's an amazing who does amazing content about crunch, it brings down the game quality.
It does.
One of obviously Fallout 76, greatest example of crunch gone horribly wrong. And I'm gonna
Yep.
say this is gonna be the hot take of the year, because they're probably gonna release GTA 6 before the end of the year. It's gonna fall flat on its face immediately because of
Oh,
crunch.
GTA 6? Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah. We're going to have to deal with another Cyberpunk thing, I
Yes.
think, because, like, here's the thing. Because, like, Cyberpunk is a open world
Mhm.
game where you have all this stuff going on and everything. Well, GTA 6 is the exact same thing, except it's not in the cyberpunk world. It's in the real world, you know.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a long time, probably 5 to 6 years, to get GTA 6 off the ground. Unless they're already working on it for like 2 years.
They've
I don't know
been
if they have been.
now. I know they've been working on it since it was the bank heist state, when the bank heist DLC came out. They announced that they were actually gonna. They have already worked on a lot of the location settings and
Okay.
the more big detail parts. And
Okay. So
now
so
that they
they're
have a
doing a lot of work with
story,
it.
and now with allegedly there's going to be a female protagonist
Yeah, I
in
heard
the
that.
game, which, I mean, to be honest, there should have been one a long time ago, but it seems like in a social justice warrior type of thinking, this was the perfect time. So
Well,
I mean,
see, like,
you do you,
with
boo.
that, like, okay. So here's my thing with that. Um, I don't see an issue with it. I really don't. I'll tell you why. Because women can be fucking pieces of shit, stealing pieces of garbage too. It makes sense why they have a woman in there. You know.
Mhm.
Now, if they don't go with the whole "I'm holier than thou" and I'm a woman and I'm a great person, then we'll have an issue. But if you're
Yeah.
going with the whole, if you're taking a character from one of the others and you're making that character or something similar to that character into a woman, it could work very well. I think.
Well,
If she's tatted up and she looks like she's a fucking stripper or some shit, it would work. But in the SJW world, they won't do that because it's offensive to women or some shit. I guess I don't know.
well, I'm just saying. First of all, if and Rockstar, hear me out on this, because we've already been through this with Ruby Rose, all right? With Batwoman. No.
Yes. Yeah, I've
No.
been hearing about that.
No. Okay. One girl that I would actually prefer in that game would actually be Elizabeth Giles, because she's a tremendous voice actor, and not only that, her personality actually matches a lot of what the modern girl is. Definitely a lot more guarded than they used to be, like in the 90s and the early 2000s. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and plus with the Me Too movement in the last 2 or 3 years, I think a lot of girls are now being more reserved, and she was reserved since like day one. Like when
Well,
she was on Victorious, like she didn't even date until like after she turned, like, I think she said something about like she didn't start dating until like 20, and she's like 27.
Jesus Christ.
Like she's like my age. So I don't know.
And not just the SJW movement and the cancel culture shit and all that, but and Me Too and all that, but also
God. All right, let's finish. Let's finish this real quick, and then we'll transition to the next stuff here.
This all happened while working from home with all the challenges resulting from COVID-related restrictions. A lot of the dynamics we normally take for granted got lost over video calls or email, and we took that hit too. Now I'd like to tell you about our plans for the future and present a path for Cyberpunk 2077 on consoles and PC. We have already released 3 hotfixes improving the game, but that's just the beginning. Our ultimate goal is to fix the bugs and crashes gamers are experiencing across platforms. Please expect bigger and smaller patches on a regular basis. The first update will be dropping within 10 days, and it will be followed by another, more significant one in the following weeks. We will, of course, continue to work on the game in future updates and improvements beyond that. Our big plans for supporting Cyberpunk in the long term did not change. As for the free DLCs, our initial plan was to deliver them just after the release. Much like
hey, pause this real quick. I want to look at this.
All right, so from this is from release. So this was the one that happened within the first 10 days, 15 days.
Yeah.
And then this one, so this one's next week, because this was on the 13th, so if 10 days from now, that's the 20th. So they're actually doing something that I usually games call Cardinal Sin, that's do updates on Wednesdays. Like, that's Cardinal Sin. So I mean, they're trying to separate themselves from the tree, so to speak, here, but
yeah.
And then obviously February probably, and then I like this. I like that they actually will give us a free next gen console update, because I think they finally realized, like, hey, we realized we kind of forgot time and realized, oh shit, we're already in the next gen. We're in the next generation consoles already, so it's like, so. I think
we just want to tell you that we kind of fucked up. So here's a free update for you.
Yeah, and free DLCs, and so I think what they're doing is now moving forward to make up for this. They're probably gonna do the GTA route and actually like do free DLCs and probably push more microtransactions. Which, to my surprise, actually, GTA is probably, and this is gonna sound weird coming out of me, isn't as predatory as a lot of the sports games that do like those loot boxes and everything.
You mean EA?
I mean E. It's in the game. It's in the E.
It's in the balls.
Yes.
no, dicks in the balls.
Oh no, those things would be deflated. Okay, sorry. Tom Brady's still looking like a deflated football, right? But yeah, that's the we'll end it on that part right there. For that. I do think if this roadmap is true and to the plan, I think they'll get themselves out of the hole that they dug themselves into. But it
I
won't
hope so. Christ.
it won't be as it'd still be as terrible as GTA's transition into Xbox One and that, because I remember the transition when we went from 360 to Xbox One, and that was like people lost like in-game currency and everything. Like it was bonkers when that happened.
That
Um,
sucked.
but yeah, that's Cyberpunk news. Hopefully they won't hear the noise of Law and Order. Gong gong. Now we're gonna hear this here, which I gotta pause it.
What is this, sir?
Oh no, I see. I wish I mute shit. Okay, no, I don't. All right,
Mute it, dummy.
I did. All right, so
I did.
so Travis
Yeah,
knows
you
me.
gotta-
So Travis knows me as a racing expert. I like watching NASCAR. I like watching dirt tracks racing. I like a lot of different types of racing. Like I can remember having a late night conversation with you one time, and I was just talking, like listing off names, and you're like, Russ, if you say one more fucking name, there will be issues. And then I said Lewis Hamilton, you were like, fuck you. I was like, okay.
Well, see, that was all for the joke. I actually, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, I know.
'Cause I love racing. I love just anything that has to do with racing too. But I didn't hear about this, so I'm kind of interested because I have an absolute explosion of an opinion. Continue, sir.
So one of the things that happened last year, because of obviously COVID, they had a 6-week break. One of the biggest controversial stories last year was on a Twitch live stream. Besides that one, Twitch live stream, Kyle Larson was caught using the N-word in team communications.
Ooh.
And he was fired from Chip Ganassi Racing and suspended for the rest of the season. But now he's back with Hendrick Motorsports in the number 5 in the upcoming season. Now, you would assume people would learn by now, like, hey, even though you're doing these races for fun and streaming them on Twitch, yeah, keep your P's and Q's. Obviously, that's something that I've always learned. Fun fact, I've learned this through talking to racing legend Kenny Wallace. You do get fined for FCC violations, even on your comms between you and your crew chief. Now, as far as I'm aware, teams now take care of that, but it used to be the drivers. He got so mad at Jimmy Spencer one day. This was a track called Nazarene Speedway. It was like 96, and Jimmy Spencer was just getting into the at the time Busch Series cars, and he did a little fender bender on the rear, and that racetrack requires you to have a right rear panels, because if you don't, it goes kind of like flat, and then just like at an angle, air comes off of it. Yes. You get loose.
Yep.
He did that, and literally a lap later, Jimmy gets loose because someone else did it to him, and it caused a chain reaction of wrecks. And he said, that mother effer, if I ever see that mother effer in the same garage in InCare Field Center, I'm gonna rip his head off. Now,
Jesus. He
went on an F-bomb, and literally he was NASCAR said, hey Kenny, he's like, yeah, what's up? He's like, we're gonna have to take the rest of your purse. Why? Why? What did I say? You said a lot of bad words, and the FCC was ringing our phones off.
Oh, God.
But now, like, a lot of teams actually take this. So you wouldn't think drivers like you would. Well, I actually would like to rephrase this. You wouldn't think a lot of the smaller drivers would have an issue with this. Well, boy,
No,
do I have a story for you guys here from NASCAR.com by the staff.
You told I don't get this before we even continue. I don't get the FCC is a bunch of idiots. Let's just get that out there. They're stupid. However, these people are people, right?
We make mistakes.
So
That's true.
They're gonna say shit that they maybe shouldn't say, but I'm not gonna tell them what they can and can't say, and nor should NASCAR, nor should the FCC. So I don't get, because you said one guy said the N-word.
Kyle Larson, correct.
Kyle Larson said the N-word. You said that someone else said motherfucker twice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they get mad. And there's other races I've seen where they say pretty much everything in the book for the most part. You know, and now you're talking about this story. It's like NASCAR.
They kind of hit the hypocritical stage in terms of like what words is allowed to say and everything like that. Now, granted, because of Twitch recently banning the finally banning the N-word after a lot of people got pissed about talking about the word
yeah.
Damn you, Twitch. Or but what so this story really compels me to say, okay, hold on. Why are we being hypocritical here? We're talking about the Hailie Deegan R word.
Yes, Russ.
Sorry, I'm in mid thought typing.
Did you lose your mind, sir?
A little bit. No, so
Oh,
I don't know why it keeps doing this. I think it's because Chrome is the preference to it, so I'm sorry if you can't see it, but
oh, I can see it. It's fine.
oh, okay. So NASCAR officials will require Hailie Deegan to take sensitivity training before the 2021 season after her use of an offensive word during an online racing stream. Now,
what was the word?
Retard.
What the fuck?
Okay. Now here's my thing. So in doing a little bit of research, in doing my research, the damnedest things I find out about this is a lot of people are giving NASCAR a lot of heat for this, and for good reason. I give them that. The R word is sort of banned amongst the, like, kind of like in the inner circles in most aspects of things. Like, it's more of a self-detained rule, not like within NASCAR. And it wasn't until this whole inward situation with Kyle Larson last year where they're like, okay, maybe we should make sure people have some sensitivity training and everything like that, which is fine. I'm because of the multiple charities that they do help out with
I know.
with that, and I could understand, because we live in a society where
we live in a society where
we
people
live in a
can't say
society.
retard in other words.
Now, someone thankfully actually did clip this, and let's take a listen here, and keep in mind, this is the daughter of the man who created the freestyle motocross team called Metal Militia.
Okay.
All right, so here's what happened. Let me turn this up just a little bit.
This is fun. Oh, hey, who's the retard behind me? Don't do that, please.
Ooh.
That's not even bad. Like, come on. That's not
Like,
even bad. Like,
now, and also with the reference of Augie getting banned for using that word also on Twitch. What was it? Last July?
yes, it was last July.
I think we're seeing the pattern come about, because Twitch will probably raise the flag to NASCAR and say like, "Hey, one of your drivers said this word." Now,
Oh my God, my brain is just dead.
I know. So she will be taking sensitivity training before the 2021 season.
Can I just say, like, I want to sit inside one of these quote sensitivity training classes just to see how fucking retarded it is, because who cares if someone gets offended?
Exactly.
Why does it matter? Why do we have to change the way we speak? Why is that a thing? Because people who spend money on NASCAR get all offended when most of the people who watch NASCAR are old fucks, or people who just don't care.
See, they go through they attacked sponsors before Ethan Klein did, Kappa.
Fucking idiot.
I know, right? The stream now. So now, according to the article, the stream since deleted was the first from her personal Twitch account. Okay, so that's fair. And then this is what she posted. She said, earlier tonight, I used an insensitive word during an online race being broadcast on Twitch. It was inappropriate slang and a stupid thing to do. I apologize to everyone who was offended by it. There's no excuse for it. I know I have to do better for my sponsors and fans. Which, once again, you gotta look at the charity work that they do for a lot of mentally incapable people, especially the Special Olympics. Apparently, from a couple insider sources that I have within a few at NASCAR that work at a local racetrack that has these races, they were very, very upset by it, and I understand, because I mean, we want to champion those who are mental.
I understand, but fuck, it's so stupid.
It's stupid, yes, but it's understandable.
I get it in a money aspect. I understand that. I get that. I'm not even mad about the fact in the money instance that you needed to tell, hey, cool it with the retard, but morally and ethically, I gotta say, what the fuck, because it's stupid. It's so stupid, and again, context matters. What does Tips keep telling people? What does Augie keep telling us?
Context matters.
Context matters. All
now,
time. What was the context of that? Literally nothing. There was no context to that. It was just her streaming a game, saying, "Hey, what the fuck is this retard doing in front of me?" That's not even bad. That's tame in comparison to what Augie says on his streams.
Now,
I mean, come on.
Now, let me play devil's advocate here, and this is something that a lot of people actually say is very hypocritical of what Chip Ganassi did to Kyle Larson when he said the N-word. Now, one of the things that, and I also have to point this out, Kyle Larson is a man of Asian descent, while Hailie Deegan is a white person. So I'm not saying it is kind of hypocritical a little bit, especially after the whole Noose incident and the whole Black Lives Matter car and all that stuff.
All that NASCAR virtue signaling pissed me off too. Fucking idiots.
Now, okay, well, and here's my opinion on the whole Black Lives Matter car and everything about that. You know what? If Bubba Wallace and Richard Petty Motorsports wanted to do that, let them. Because
Yeah,
to be
I
fair,
agree.
because to be fair, and a lot of people forget about this, there was a Trump car for 4 years. He was advertising his 2020 rerun before anyone didn't even think about it. Like that's how
I knew there was a Trump car, but I didn't know they advertised it on a NASCAR.
they actually did. They actually did. It didn't run well too, so it's kind of like
That's fucking funny.
it did not
That's
finish.
funny.
You're welcome, America.
Sounds like a president who didn't finish.
Oops. Now she is now, as far as I know, there might be an update, which I'll definitely make sure I make a video of. She hasn't been fired from David Gillen Racing Team. She is and she did announce her number, I think it was yesterday. She's going to be number 1. But I think
so like what racing is this? Is this
she's going to be in the truck series. So this is like the double A's.
Okay.
So
so the truck series, fun
Yes.
and exciting.
they actually are, which a lot of people say they're boring. It's like, why do I want to see a truck that races? I'm like, okay, that's like saying, oh, why do I want to see a dude on a board that has 4 wheels on it do 900-degree turns?
What are we here? Challenging our inner Tony Hawk?
Yeah, okay,
What about-
Tony Hawk, okay.
What about inner Rob Dyrdek?
That's ridiculousness. All right.
Yes, Mr. Ridiculousness guy.
Now for those who want to say, oh, this is going to be another Kyle Larson situation, I think personally, because and a lot of people don't know this, Haley Deegan's father, Brian Deegan, he puts a lot of money to get her into the sport, and it's been a notorious sport to get into, especially for women. It's very, very hard. And I'm actually happy for her. She's actually in a series that's on a national spotlight, because she won 3 races last year in the Arca Menards West Series. And she's the first one to do so. A lot of people want to say that she'll do what Danica Patrick did, only win 1 pole and then just be terrible for the rest of her career. See, the difference was Danica Patrick didn't even have didn't take like multiple years in, like everyone else does. Like, she was literally put into a race car that was owned by Dale Earnhardt Jr. and basically was like,
Yeah.
okay, good luck.
Yeah. And,
That's literally it. Like,
She and here's the thing with Danica. She was kind of a bitch. Can we agree to that?
oh yeah.
Like I hope that this girl is actually a lot nicer than her, because fuck, Danica was fucking bitchy.
Well, she
Jesus Christ.
now I could now I'm gonna speak on a personal thing of this, because I've actually seen her race, and she goes to she raced at the local dirt track down the road a couple of years ago when the ARCA cars came in. Now, something that you usually don't see unless there's a boy band, a K-pop band, or Brad Paisley trying to give away his guitar is a lot of women literally flocked down to her because, and a lot of girls flocked down to her because they look up to her. So I think this is a good aspect to for her to actually show that, you know, shit happens, but I could improve on that. And then that's the thing that I want to definitely stress. You can accidentally drop the N-word and be like Kyle Larson and just like lose everything but rebuild a year and then come back in a new car, in a different car, and be welcomed back with open arms. So I hope.
And I'm sure that people are gonna go, oh well, NASCAR is racist because they let him come back. It's like, fuck you.
Well, no, it's because, and look, if you read a lot more articles about the Kyle Larson incident, Bubba Wallace had a phone call, and you could literally tell from when Bubba was I would have to pull up the interview, but Bubba was talking about the incident in particular, and one of the things that he said that bothered me, well, not bothered me in a bad way, but like bothered me in like how shocking it was. It was the fact that, you know, the first time Kyle called Bubba back, and they basically played phone tag for a while because, you know, I mean, shit happens. When he finally got talked to Bubba, Kyle just broke down in tears, like he knew he fucked up, and that's something that I think a lot of people want to take. That I've already seen on the Reddit posts sit there and go like, you know, Bubba Wallace because of Bubba Wallace and his social justice shit, that all this bullshit that Kyle Larson got kicked out of a car. I'm like, you know what? If you want to believe that, that's on you. But look, a wise man once said, facts don't care about your opinions. The N-word is a bad word to drop. Period. No question. No questions about it. All right. The fact that Kyle Larson literally broke down in tears to Bubba on a phone call, and literally went hermit for months. Like he shut down his social media. That's how bad it was, like, for him.
Oh my god.
Like, if this was the equivalent of the Heatwave 97 riots that the Dudley Boys did, and if you know what I'm talking about, good Lord Gravy, you know history, because that was a riot.
That was a fucking riot.
Yeah, I thought they were actually gonna burn down the whole building because of that. That's a true story. If you want to know about the Heatwave incident, Google it. You'll probably know. There's someone who's probably have archived the original footage, because on the network it's not even on there. So so yeah, that's my thoughts on Hailie Deegan, and she's a smart girl. Like, she can talk about a race setup that in such a technical way, because she was still talking to her crew chief as she was signing autographs and posing photos and everything, and it blew my mind how smart she is. And it's the fact that her father is similar in that fashion. So if people are saying, well, she's just an insult of intelligence to women in racing, I beg to differ. Like, she is
I would say probably Danica Patrick would be the fucking.
I don't know about that. I would say, is she the disappointment of Chicago, Illinois? Oh yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I gotta ping Kitten because we're about to get into it. We're about to get into it. It's time.
Oh God, here we go. This is gonna be fun.
Let me get this set up here real quick and
Oh, kitten, we need you. Holy shit, you have a lot of shit in there. Go, guy.
oh my god. Oh no, it's all guitar taps. And why do I have 42 things in here? Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, because it got everything got to manually upload this shit. Hold on, let me let me put let's see here.
This is the part of the show, boys and girls, where you might want to go get a snack and get a drink and use the restroom. We're gonna be here for a while.
No, he did
What?
not.
What?
Did he delete it?
Did who delete what?
Did he delete the tweet? Oh no, okay.
Did-
I was about to say Chris Hansen.
Who
No.
deleted what? What happened? What shit happened?
And we already have the receipts for it, so it's good. So open a new tab. I'm trying to set this up as quick as possible, and I'm just like, hey, leave me alone, okay, asshole. Let's see here. No white flag. I don't want a white flag right now.
Oh God.
Hey, look, asshole. All right,
Asshole.
you listen here. You son of a bitch. All right. There we go.
Oh no, I'm a son of a bitch. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, I don't want to go back to the pipes.
But just to quickly reiterate, of course, obviously right now we're live on the youtube.com/Alpha on Air podcast, and also we're on trovo.live, Alpha Russ, where we're doing the stream right now, and for those who are joining on Periscope, that want to know what's going on with the podcast, why it's not on the usual home, which is D Live and everything. To make a long story short, because of controversial people that were streaming at the Capitol on 6th, they kind of made a little bit of a harder stance on controversial subjects, and because of some of the stuff that we share on here, I feel more comfortable being on another platform that is a little less known. In this case, it's Trovo, and Ethan Ralph is on it as well. So
Dude, just tell them. Just tell them what happened. Because fuck it, who cares? Basically, Baked Alaska's a fucking retard and thinks that streaming shit at the fucking Capitol was a good idea. Basically, that's what happened.
basically, like now, and it's in actually the TOS. They don't realize it. Like they basically, it's in almost in every TOS
Yeah,
except for Facebook, because Facebook already has the TOS against you for your real profile picture. So it's like,
Well, see, but here's the thing. Yeah, you're right. It's in the TOS. It's in the TOS. But does D Live care? Fuck no, they don't care. They just want to Baked Alaska and Nick Fuentes on the fucking site. All these QAnon retards, and they want that. They wanted that. They were greedy. They wanted that shit. So they let Baked and Nick do whatever the fuck they wanted. It didn't matter. And what happened? Baked Alaska fucked it up for everybody.
because he did that.
Fucking idiot. God, I hate Baked Alaska so
I know.
Oh,
Jesus, kitten.
that guy.
Great.
Oh, I could go on for hours about that fucking retard. God damn it. He's screwing it up for everybody. Do you know how much that pisses
We're gonna
me off?
start get in here, woman.
Get in here.
I mean, we could get turtle. Well, I could see if I could get turtle in here, but probably not.
Turtle.
Turtle.
Go.
Okay, so I guess we'll just get into it, and then she'll join in eventually because she's mod. So it's like
Yep, sounds like a plan to me.
nothing new here. All right, so I only seen the first episode in full, and thankfully, because good brother of the stream and amazing podcaster by the name of Crow, who's part of Crow. Okay.
Can you speak, sir?
Shutting down. Crow's the judgment. Thank you. There we go.
Good job.
See, look,
You
this
did
is what happens when you work four overnights in a row and like only 4 hours of sleep. Just me constantly drinking Red Bull and just like making sure that I'm awake. Are you awake? I'm awake.
I'm awake. Oh my god, I'm awake. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my lord. Okay.
God.
If she'll come in, she'll come in. It's fine. So he's now I couldn't find his so I couldn't find her or not her, him his
Her, him, her.
sorry, I misgendered him. I'm sorry. Just like I mean
You misgendered a fucking dude. A white
I misgendered a crow. Let this be a 2021 quote, Alpha Russ. Misgendered a crow.
Oh no! You misgendered a crow! Oh my god!
Oh my lord.
Oh no!
But
why
anyway,
would you do that?
so Crow's been actually doing all us a solid favor in doing a summary of episodes 2 and 3, and he
Flip
did
here.
yes, and so the second episode, I first of all, did you see it, or
The only thing I saw
can
was
you on
what
here?
was an odd video. That's
So
it.
Okay,
like
no, I'm not muted. All right.
okay, so can you like I we're about to talk about episode 3, but can you give us like a quick summary of episode 2 real quick, because like I couldn't find his Crow's summary of episode 2.
The Cliff Notes version, Hanson and Stephen Osarch and the Discovery Plus team and Blackfin Media are liars and they're full of shit.
You heard it here
They
first.
literally blurred the faces of the survivors after saying they weren't going to tell their stories, while Shiloh and Regina talked about Regina's friend.
Which was
Sarah? I don't
Sarah.
know if it was Sarah or Billy.
It was Sarah. It was confirmed in the podcast that Crow did with actually Onision, which actually I was told somebody that was in Steve's server told me, Steve DeLeaf server, was like, oh shit, Onision's on Crow server. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Talk
No,
to him
dude,
too.
I heard about that. Like, I heard that in Steve's server, and I'm like, wait, what?
I was like,
Holy
Ultimate
shit.
Warrior running to my phone because it appeared on the DM on my smartwatch, and I was like, oh god.
Uh-oh.
So,
And then the clip with Billy where it's like the sketch. Onision's not funny.
No, he's not.
And
no.
he's very stiff as far as
Yep.
quote unquote acting goes. It's quite horrid.
I don't know if you call that acting or if you call that a wooden board with a face and a mouth.
Don't insult wood. Wood is at least useful. Onision is not. But the clip where it's like Kai's walking to Billy and like they're gonna hug, that one, they showed that too. They blurred out like,
Mhm.
oh, we're not gonna tell the victim's stories. without their consent. Y'all are a fucking bunch of
When-
lying ass motherfuckers. Fuck y'all.
I think it was either Excel or I think it was actually you, Kitten. When you made a mention about that, why are you telling these girls stories? That's when I saw it from a mile away. I was like, yeah, I don't believe anything Shiloh says, and the fact that she actually did that, it made my blood boil. I was like, you mean to tell me that you swore that you wouldn't tell any of those girls' stories? Any of those girls' stories. And yet here you are, though you're not saying their names directly, you're sharing the stories of those so-called sisters,
Yeah.
that sisterhood that you actually had with them, because you all had the same common goal, that Onision touched you there in the no-no square, all right? You know, like, come on. Like, I'm being real here.
Do y'all want to know why I don't like other women?
Why?
Why I'm not? Why my circle of friends has always been very small.
For that reason.
Men can hurt your feelings. They can break your heart, but nobody will ever drive a knife in through your back, straight through your heart like a woman can.
Oh God. Believe me, I know.
Right, like they're driving one through the heart, through your back, and slitting your throat at the same time.
Yep.
When I say
Yep.
that the saying that there's no greater, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Oh, it's true.
Right.
It's true.
Wow. Ooh.
And it doesn't matter if you are of the same gender or not.
I was
Actually, if
raised
you're a
with just
guy,
my
you're
mother and my
probably
mom.
safer.
I know this. It's no.
I come from a long line of headstrong New England bitches, so
Mhm.
Oh, I bet that would be a fun fucking family
bunch of
get-together.
fucking New Yorkers. That's what I come from. So
Yeah.
you mix that with the South, see what you get.
Oh no! That sounds like
Get
that
you to
sounds
Sweet
like
Home Alabama.
hell,
Oh my
Uncle.
lord. Okay.
God
Nice,
damn.
you don't see it coming. It's more fun that way.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let me get the screen share back up because I actually got everything in
So
order.
where are we gonna start from shit? 'Cause
All right. So
I'm curious.
that was the Cliff Notes episode 2. So this is where Crow basically summarizes the I like how he says Onision mockumentary. I mean, it is. It is. I'm sorry. If you think this is a documentary,
Because he posted food and didn't share with anybody. That's very rude.
yeah, I know.
He's very
Unfair.
rude boy. He's a very, very rude boy.
But he a thick boy, so I mean, hey, we'll
He's
let
a thick boy.
But look,
I mean,
I'm gonna have to
I'm
drag
serious,
Crow for posting food that looked tasty and just being mean in a tease. That's very rude.
yeah. All right. So he said so we'll be streaming on episode 3, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Read the thread for a quick sneak peek. Obviously, given how petty the attacks given are here, I want to draw special attention for other content creators who would like to address these themselves. So the first one is about Augie. Is that when talking about Onision's fans and how they treat the victims, a clip is played of Keemstar and then Augie in which they state the objective fact that nothing criminal has occurred or has been proven.
Well, I mean, not you.
It
They're
has,
not
nothing
wrong.
criminal has been proven.
Nothing criminal.
People don't like.
Nothing criminal has been proven. There's been nothing, as far as we can tell, that has proven anything.
Exactly.
But from the clip that Augie showed on his video, it was cut very, very wrong. Just the way it was cut. It looked like they were making it a point to where Augie and Keem were supporting Onision.
Yeah.
Kind of
There's also a
awkward.
discrepancy in the time between the UK and the US versions.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, Kales did or it was either Kales or someone else from the someone mentioned that to me, that in the UK version they actually did cut out a lot of Edwin's
link?
criticisms towards Chris Hansen.
I'll get the
Oh, they
link.
cut out. Oh, they cut out some shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
Yeah, no, I actually have the link. Hold on.
If you could give us like the UK version, I would be very interested. to hear
The
that.
version I watched was the UK version.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
but this is
One moment.
this is the version, this is the conversation that they had.
5 minutes and 40 seconds were cut out of episode 3.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
The discrepancy between episode 2 was 7 minutes.
Wow.
mm,
I don't have a comparison for that. It is in Topic Drop. And
Okay.
this is courtesy of our Lord and Savior, the meme queen, Zip Boom.
nice.
She shared
Huh.
that in Edwin's server, so.
Nice. Speaking of Edwin, his second one, I stand by my criticism of Edwin and how he should have done series, but the level of absolute pettiness from Hansen, who has thrown basic criticism not only in Edwin's face but all the YouTubers, is absolutely disgusting, which is true, because
And I agree with
and
Carl on that.
as we
I said
see,
that too.
as we'll see here very shortly, from Chris Hansen himself. Let me have a seat with you for a minute. Fuck you, Hansen, by the way.
No. No, I'm gonna stand up. No thanks. I don't want to sit with. We're not.
Nah,
sitting.
I'm good,
Chris
buddy.
Hansen In the words, my dad was like when I gave my dad, who was in his early 70s, the rundown of what's happened since To Catch a Predator, because he remembers the show.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of told him what happened, and because of
the guy that the last, like, that was supposed to be, so the person that the thing we're referencing about is the guy that who basically the reason why To Catch a Predator really was canceled, other than the lady of the night, but you know.
yeah. There's that, but no.
The guy, I can't think of his name on top of my head.
Yeah, the guy
He
who
was a
committed
DA in
suicide.
Texas, and
Yeah, DA Texas, and
deleted himself in Minecraft
yeah.
when the cops showed up and Hansen was in tow.
And
Yep.
here's something that
His
I want
family,
to
the
point
guy's
out.
sister sued NBC, and
Yeah.
they canceled the show.
Mm-hmm. And here's the
NBC
thing.
was like, oh shit, we are in trouble.
And here's the thing. Like, people should like, and this is a valid criticism against my only valid criticism about the victims. And it's not out of like hatred or anything. It's just like out of love for them, because you know, like I don't want to see people get hurt, whether it's in an abusive, like, physical way or a sexual way. Like, I'm too much of a teddy bear, as I hate to say it. But
You're too nice, Alpha.
I know. I know. I make Tipster look like the fucking Grinch. Okay. But you know, one of the things that I can definitely say as a criticism against the women, and by the way, I want to point this out because a lot of people are going to try to cut this out of context. I don't like Onision. Onision's a piece of shit. He is the scum of the earth that I want to personally light on fire. But unfortunately, because of laws and regulations, I gotta say, I want to only in my head, okay? He could die in Minecraft. With that said...
accidents happen every day.
Yep.
You know, we can only hope.
But
No,
they
I
should
will
have
say this
they should
about-
have done their research on Chris Hansen
should've.
before they appeared on his live streams and everything.
Yes, but
Yeah.
see, here's the thing. People are fucking retarded. Let's just get it out of the way. People are stupid. They won't look into a guy like Chris Hansen because they'll go, "Oh my God, it's Chris Hansen. You're the To Catch a Predator guy. Everything that you may have done wrong to them, out the fucking window." just because he's
It-
Chris Hansen.
It's
That's how I was because
it's the power of the Emmy.
yeah, and see, yeah, power of the Emmy.
Not the Emmy.
And see, before all this went down, I think we were all very interested to see where this went because Chris Hansen was getting involved, and we're like, "Oh shit's getting real." You know what I mean? So people are like, "Oh my God, Chris Hansen, he's gonna do some good shit," you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mhm.
Very hopeful.
yeah, we were very hopeful that something good was going to come out of it. I think we all were, because Chris Hansen has the clout, has the little check mark beside his name, and he worked with NBC.
Yes.
To Catch a Predator.
Oh, we're not. Do we even want to go down the rabbit hole that is him and Twitter and all of that? Because,
No, let me hold on. Let me continue because I have a point to this. We all were like, at first we're like, oh well, this is going to be really good because I like To Catch a Predator. It's a good fucking show, you know. Then more shit came out about him and the whole Twitter thing and all this other shit. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of fucking shit. Scumbag, if you will. Yeah, I don't want any part of Chris Hansen. When I see Chris Hansen on TV, I have to change the channel. I can't. Can't fucking do it anymore. I'm done with that motherfucker. Which sucks, because I like To Catch a Predator.
To be fair, I literally got a pop out of Travis when I did this. When I found out like about what Chris Hansen was doing to these girls, I literally said that, and I can't quote this word for word, but I could say basically, I used to say that Vince Russo, WWE writer, WCW and WWE writer for in the 90s, was the biggest piece of shit that I ever heard of in my whole life, strictly because of a lot of the stuff that he didn't want to book Booker T as world champion, which I thought that was really fucked up. But
thanks to Jim Cornette, we learned more.
We learned more about him and shit. And then I learned about what Chris Hansen has done. And I went off and said, basically, this man is the new Archbishop of Talentberry. This man is the gum that is on your shoe that you basically tear off and put on someone else's shoe while they're sleeping because you're an asshole. I said, it made Vince Russo look like the most nicest man in the world. And you know what? I could actually hold on here. I'm actually gonna close the window capture real quick. Show this to the audience real quick.
No, let's just be honest here. I don't like Vince Russo at all. But this was kind of cool what happened. This is awesome.
So, to my surprise, get ready for this. This is the best part. I love this. Guess who follows me after I make that tweet? Motherfucking Vince Russo. I popped so hard for this. I was like, oh my god, it's Vince Russo. I was.
No, dude, I do too. Because you said, "Oh my god, you follow me." I'm like, what? What?
I was like, you guys would never believe who followed me. Who? Vince Russo. Oh my god.
I literally popped so loudly for that.
You were Road Warrior popping. You were just like, oh.
I was like, there's no fucking way. That's awesome.
But anyway, so this is the clip from but for my reasons and my reasons only, I'm not gonna show it.
Yeah.
Because earlier today, or no, not today, it was yesterday, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was yesterday. Augie got hit with a copyright violation from Discovery, which makes Chris Hansen raised the bar even higher for pieces of shit. So,
Well, yeah. But see,
You know,
but
you know what I have to say about that? Cope, motherfucker.
exactly. And see, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is the thing that I want people to remember here. Chris, I don't think really did it so much. Discovery's done this to people before with stuff, but I will say this: it's kind of weird. It's kind of freaky how Discovery did that. Because if you listen to Augie's video, they asked him if they could use his content in the documentary. So they obviously have eyes on everybody that was ever mentioned in that documentary. Everybody.
Gene.
They have to.
of course,
Guess who showed up in Edwin's chat tonight?
Gene.
Who?
Boone.
I already knew as soon as you said, guess who, I was like, Gene.
Yeah, I mean, it. You know what? You know what's funny? It's really funny how we get. We're going to talk about this later, a little bit later. But what Chris said in that video, you know, and then we get Heat Boss
No,
spouting off shit.
he was in
You know,
Edwin's
we
chat
get-
also.
Who?
Feet boss.
Which, by the way,
I got the screenshots. I'll get them.
by the way, which I would like to, I want to point this out. I don't like Heat Boss, but the fact that he's been teabagging Angry Slug for the last 2 to 3 days has made my week even better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I felt like I was about to sunset on myself and just basically just like, I'm going to bed, I ain't going to work. Nope. That man motivated me to sit there and go like, you know what? Everything's gonna be alright. I'm going to work. Like, fuck.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I didn't know that was even happening. I had no idea. Lucky Phil sent that to me, in I believe the Steve server, and I said, "What? What the fuck is this?"
Mhm. But anyway,
Shit.
but I feel like we're about to go into a rabbit hole of Slug that I don't want to go to,
Yeah,
because
we're not-
he's a
yeah,
piece of
yeah.
garbage.
You know what? We're not gonna entertain that. That's what we're not
We're-
gonna do.
Yeah, he's trying.
Although there was an
We'll let
interesting
Heat Boss
exchange with him and
grease
Gene
up
on
them
Twitter.
cheeks. All right. So then he
Should
responded.
probably get a trimmer and clip that beard, but that's neither here nor there.
True.
That's where the Mincel vibes come from.
All right. So Nichols got Nicholas Duario. A tweet was altered that was criticizing Shiloh for hashtag deplatforming predators to cancel Diorio and put it into the documentary as harassment from Onision fans. So this is
What?
what was shown in the documentary. Hashtag deplatform predators. Shiloh has lost all credibility. I've lost all respect for her now. Fuck her and the anti OSJW crowd.
Oh, it
That
actually says
that
fuck in
I
the
like to
document.
point
I'm
this out.
shocked.
They say actual tweet, like it's actually the real thing. But
It's an actually edited version.
let me tell you something, folks. They always say don't believe everything you read on the internet. But remember, the internet always has receipts. Case in point, the tweet from Spooky Lord, deplatform predators, hashtag deplatform predators, Shiloh has lost all credibility. She won't take responsibility for sending a hate mob after an innocent guy. When you call her out, she blocks you. She's literally Onision herself now, and I've lost all respect for her now. Fuck her, and then obviously her getting blocked right there. Okay,
Yeah, I remember
there's a lot
this.
to
I remember
unpack
this.
here, but the one thing that I want to put this out here because it is archived, and as far as I know, is actually in the Wayback Machine I think it was Boblox confirmed that for me. But she won't take responsibility for sending a hate mob after an innocent guy. Who's the innocent guy? Who was that, Travis? Who was that guy? A certain New York, well, I wouldn't, New Yorker, Northeastern, we'll go there. Northeastern
New Englander.
New Englander. Who was that? Was it
Say it.
Tom Brady? What? I don't. He doesn't work there anymore. Surely can't be Cam Newton.
Nope.
No. Nicholas Diorio.
Yep. Yep.
You harassed Nicholas Diorio
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
because when he caught you in a lie and called you out on it, you assumed that he was against you, that he was pro Onision. And let me keep referring to this. Fuck Onision. But because of the shit that you pulled and what Chris has pulled, if this ever goes to court, and I think it's gonna go to court, because honestly, if people actually do the due diligence and research, and there's a lot of internet lawyers that have been doing the research, and they'll probably do this for free just for the publicity of saying fuck you, Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
Because
Now, we
sorry.
have a lot of internet lawyers. We have a lot of internet lawyers on Twitter, on YouTube, on wherever. Do you think, without a shadow of a doubt, they wouldn't look into this and go, fuck, you guys have a case? You know what I mean? Because in this instance,
Mm-hmm.
they cut out context of somebody that said something in defense of Nicholas Diorio.
Mm-hmm.
When Shiloh fucked him over, harassed him, called him every fucking name you can think of. I think that's a fucking a lawsuit. Along with what?
Not only that. So here's the thing. Because of this hashtag, because she started the hashtag, that could technically get her banned from Twitter for targeted harassment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a technicality, yes, but because it's a centralized hashtag, and all the anti-OSJW warriors see that and they like that, and they see her post, hey, we need to ban this guy. He's a big piece of shit. He thinks that he's going to get away. And you know what? He got bombarded. I think he said in one of the streams that he had on his second channel, I think it was like a couple days after this, that he was DDoSed a couple times, and also he was doxxed.
Who was?
Nicholas. I think it was because someone sent him a Kiwi Farms thing, which, by the way, we disavow anything that comes from Kiwi Farms. It's a bullshit website that people post docs for, and honestly, first of all, there's no Kiwis.
Folks, don't open it.
We've had this discussion before us. It's not specifically for doxes. There's a lot of good information on there, but yes, there are doxes on there, and I disavow the doxes on Kiwi Farm. Let's just make that clear.
And Kiwi Farms also is responsible for this too.
Exactly. No, and the thing is that no one looks good in this, really.
No hand is clean in this, really. Let's be real.
No one looks good in this. No one looks good in this whatsoever. Even the people talking about it don't look good in this simply because they're devoting their time to a fucking freak that possibly diddled kids. Am I right or am I wrong? You know what I mean?
You got a point.
Onision is a creep. We can all agree to that. We all
Yes.
know this. We all understand that.
Mhm.
But everyone, and I'm not criticizing any of the guys that criticize Chris or James or Shiloh or any of the other people. I'm not criticizing them or hating on them for that. Augie and the other guys did great work for that. They did fantastic work together. I'm saying Edwin and Mudahar and Bo Blacks and Diorio and Tommy C. All those guys did great work. Even Keemstar. I fucking don't like Keemstar very much. But goddamn it, all those guys did the work. They put the work in. Even Ethan Ralph interviewed him. They all did the work. You know, and they did all the work even before Chris got involved, some of them. Like Leafy, you know.
But you know, if you hear the way that they spin it in the documentary,
it makes it seem like he was the Dark
happened
Knight.
until Chris Hansen came along. He came into, you know, and I think this says a lot about Stephen A. Sarge. White knight, incel, neck beard motherfucker.
Now, you know what's funny?
He was disingenuous as fuck. He was on John's streams. He was
Yes,
actually
I
on
was
the
gonna
stream with fucking Deaf Noodles. A Sarge was.
Yep. I was going
Steve
to say
A.
that.
Sarge, if you're listening, get fucked. You
know, I
disingenuous
was
piece
gonna
of
say-
shit.
Yep, I was going to say that too. I'm like, Steven was on some streams. He was on streams with Augie. He was on streams with John. He was on streams with whoever. And he's involved with this fucking piece of shit, from what I've heard. I have not seen the documentary. I don't really want to. I do have Discovery Plus, so I might have to check it out. But here's the thing. Steven, you are the most disingenuous piece of shit for doing what you did, because you're on Augie streams and you were on all these different streams and you're saying how great this documentary is going to be and all this other shit, and you're being the devil's advocate and you thought that you were going to be right, when in reality, you weren't. You fucked up. You worked with Chris Hansen, a guy that you knew people didn't like anymore because you've been on streams with those guys who don't like him anymore, and you fucked him over. You did a disingenuous job and you fucked him over. You fucked him over. Nice going. Nice going. If you try to do any YouTube things with those guys ever again, I hope and pray to God
They tell you
If he
hell
tries
no.
to do any YouTube thing ever again, he will be crucified. And it's funny. I think it was Augie that said it on Edwin's stream. 30 pieces of silver. He's actually talking about Hansen, but I actually think that more applies to A Sarge. A Sarge is Judas.
Yeah.
Because
I think
you know the person that had it right was Tommy C.
Yeah,
Tommy had it.
Tommy had it right on the. He hit the nail on the head on that.
He hit it on the fucking head. You know, and Tommy's been doing that a lot lately. He's been hitting shit on. That's why I love watching his streams more than
There's
anyone
something
else.
that comes with being a little bit. There's something that comes with past 30.
Exactly.
The wisdom.
And the wisdom, exactly.
Something.
And yeah, that's why I appreciate Tommy C. I used to be kind of indifferent on the guy, but now, since with the Onision thing and Deaf Noodles and all this other shit that he's been talking about, I'm like, fuck me, Tommy C's the smartest guy in the fucking room right now. How is this a thing?
And
it's
he's
funny.
doing this in the middle of moving from one apartment to another. That's the fucked up part. Like, everyone sat there go like, oh, well, he's not gonna have a good take on this. Like, I legitimately had when Deaf Noodles, the video when Tommy was talking about the Deaf Noodles was threatening to sue, which, by the way, Def, you're just don't get it twisted. You're just because you're Brazilian or claim to be, and until we see receipts of that, yeah, don't claim a race card. All right, I'm just being honest.
He's Portuguese and Italian, I believe. Also, I'm Latina
Yeah,
with my cracker-looking ass. Because
exactly.
I'm fifth generation Spanish. If he can play that chord, I can play mine.
Yep.
I can trace
Well,
mine
so-
back. So
Well, here's the thing. So was Tipster. He's Latino, so.
yeah, no.
I like
It's like-
everyone
it's
sit
like,
there and go
that's
like, oh, you're a
the thing,
white
though, but no,
supremacist. Tipster's like, I'm a
I'm
Latino.
white as a ghost. I'm fifth generation Spanish. I'm German and I'm
Okay.
Irish. You know what I look
Okay.
like? I look like I'm fucking Irish.
Mhm.
I
But
know.
the closest lineage I have is actually to Spain. I can trace my family back to northern Spain.
Huh.
Anyway, so
yeah, fifth generation Spanish. So technically,
anyway, and Crow finished off the thing where he
Yeah,
said,
go ahead. I'll continue after that.
and finally a solid 7 minutes. And when I seen this last part, I felt like this was the calm before the storm, because the tweet that we're about to see of Chris Hansen, really, this tweet right here by Crow, and Crow's been hitting a lot of things on the head lately, concerning specific things, people who I honestly, I mean, I don't wish ill will on them, but fuck them. But you know, he's hitting the nail on the he's hitting the hammer on the head, the nail. Mind fart here. Pardon me here. I haven't been awake yet. All right. Like he hit the nail on the head, literally, when he posts this tweet, because when I read this, it felt like there was a sinister presence of like, he knows something that we all don't know yet. And you know what? I think Crow is a fucking mind magician, because he could see the future. Because when I seen the tweet before, when I was setting things up, I felt like a lump hit the back of my throat, because I read this and then I seen the tweet, Chris Hansen's tweet, which, by the way, I'm blocked. That's the reason why I'm on a private thing, for a good reason. So
that's why we all have to use incognito windows, because Chris Hansen hates criticism and he blocks anyone who.
Yep, he does. And this is
because he's a weak little man baby.
why don't you go on
This is gonna
Tumblr?
get bad.
No motherfucker wants to go on Tumblr. That's on Twitter. That's like the no square. You don't go into the no square. You just see it and ignore it.
yes, and that's Tumblr for you. But what Chris did in the video, and we'll talk about it later, scared the fuck out of me. I'll tell you why when we get there. Continue.
But yeah, he said it's 7 fucking minutes. 7 fucking minutes. And even though, and he says it right there, literally the words, even though Azarch denies it, it's 7 fucking minutes of not only being extremely anti YouTube commentary platformists, but like anyone who has even just an ounce of constructive criticism to Chris Hansen.
Now, can I read this? Because I had a thought that just happened just now while you were talking. I want to read the actual tweet, and I'll get to my point. So
the Hansen tweet or the Crow tweet?
this one, the Crow one that we have right here. I want to.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
want to read it. Can I read it? Can I have a thought? I want to give you guys my thought. It says, and finally, a solid 7 minutes was dedicated to outright attacks on YouTube. The algorithm and demanding changes and harsher rules/restrictions on content creators. I caught it from episode 1, pointing out the clip from in episode 2, and even though ASARch denies it, 7 fucking minutes. Now, here's my thought. Here's my thought of what I was thinking. Just now, it popped in my head just now. So criticize me if it's a fucking stupid ass take, but here's just a thought that happened. What if ASARch was coming into all these guys' streams to get on the good side, you know? And then he knew what was going to be done with this documentary. He knew that. He knew it from the very beginning. So he decided, hey, let's just make these guys look like shit. You know, just shit all over them. I'm thinking he infiltrated Augie's show and John Swan's and all the other shows that he was on just to get intel, just so he can trash them. Just to backstab him.
You know what? I'll give ASARch this. He did the one thing Xander Hall is incapable of doing. He infiltrated the commentary community. That's exactly what he did. That's what, like, when Tommy went off about it, that's what he went off about. That he was fucking right, that the guy's a fucking snake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a snake. And honestly, it kind of...
You know what happens to snakes in the South?
They get
They
stabbed?
get their heads chopped off with a hoe.
That too.
Or they get shot with a 22. But, you know, it's more the hoe.
No, like something that this reminded me of was you remember when Susie Lou was trying to pretend to be like the monster heel, saying like, I got these guys in the right spot, like they're not gonna criticize me anymore. This is that, but the difference is there's an actual corporation backing up Chris Hansen now.
Yes.
And that's Discovery. Yes. And for those who don't know, Augie's live stream that he was about to go off on, give or take, and I think it was honestly a blessing in disguise. It was labeled from Discovery.
Yes, and I didn't see the stream when it happened. I didn't see that. But from what he said in his video discussing it, I'm sure you did get it. From what I seen, from what I saw in Augie's video talking about this, it seems like to me that, again, like I said earlier, Discovery is watching these guys. They have eyes on these guys. They know they're like fucking they're like a marksmen out here, you know, and they're gonna shoot down anyone that criticizes this documentary. And that was actually a part of it in some capacity or whatever. I have a feeling that Discovery knows everybody involved with Augie and all of them who did streams together. Mm-hmm. And they've been watching these people. They have a bunch of people who work at Discovery in New York, so they've been watching these guys. I'm sure of it. So when Augie was about to go off, they're like, "Hey, we need to get him right now. We need to get him right now because he's gonna talk about us." But they go with, "Oh, you're showing our content." Fucking sure, right? Yeah, you expect me to believe that? It
was fair use, but the one thing that I think I can say in fairness to that though, because I mean I've worked with production companies over the years, and one thing that I can say is YouTube YouTube has a rule about the fair use. It's like the magical number used to be 24 seconds. And then I can't remember who it was. I think it it was I think it was Liongate made a huge gripe about it when people were like showing off clips and doing commentary videos over it, that it went down to 12 seconds. This could be potentially Discovery saying like, we don't want them commenting on our stuff, this is unfair to us because we don't get paid out of this. This is something that I thought of, and it's gonna scare me more than anything, because as someone that who's dipping his toes into commentary, it's dangerous precedent, but I think they're gonna make it so that you can't even show any copyright content. That or shorten that window again to almost 8 seconds, 6 seconds, something.
But okay, now, here's the question, and something I don't know that I've heard anybody else ask. So, as I mentioned earlier, Ace Arch was on multiple streams that John did.
Mm-hmm.
What is the like prior to Chris Hansen? What is the video that blew John up?
Susie Lou.
Susie Lou.
What did Susie Lou do?
Strike them down.
No. What did she do?
Oh, well, she watched copyrighted content.
Without reacting. For
Without reacting.
extended periods of time, she put the shit behind a paywall
Mm-hmm.
on her Patreon when YouTube was finally like, oh, fucking hell, I guess we better do something.
Yeah.
Susan's such a bitch. Fuck you, Susan. But she was allowed to go unchecked for how long? Literally just like my cat would have better reactions to the animes
Mm-hmm.
that she watched. Deadass.
Yeah.
My cat would do better because at least he's cute and doesn't have.
Lick it just lick himself.
And I'm
That's
a Bobhead member over here myself, so. But you think
Yeah.
Ace Arch had that information from John? Now put the puzzle pieces together.
Well, believe me, I'm putting them together, all right. Uh-huh.
Ace Arch is probably the most, like, Hansen's a grifter and like a liar. Ace Arch is a fraud.
He's honestly a locale. He's the richest locale you'll ever see.
Wait, which one? Because one's in $1.5 million worth of debt.
I'm talking to Chris Hansen. Like, he's the richest locale, because you won't see any other fucking locales making that much money. Let's be real.
They're in that much debt?
Yeah, because they're probably living out of their closets, unlike Augie. Which, by the way, hey Augie, how you doing?
Augie be saving his money and is gonna buy a car, just filming in his closet.
Augie,
Chris Hansen should do what he
word of
does.
advice: don't buy an RV. We all know what happened to Big Alaska. Okay.
Also,
Alright.
fix your hangers in your closet. They bother me a lot, and I want to fix them. And
Well,
they give me, like, OCD tendencies.
I know it. Well, to be fair, I'm about to spring clean my whole closet and wardrobe, so it's like
You better get look, no more wire hangers, Alpha. No more wire hangers.
wire hangers. I don't even have a wire. I have plastic. I'm
Oh my
cheap.
God! I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Hashtag cheap ass motherfucker. All right.
But
In the name of thrift.
I think Kitten might be onto something, because Susie Lou has somebody within YouTube that's looking after her.
Which
Chris Hansen
anyone
has
that who
somebody-
makes 1000K has a YouTube manager.
Yeah, but her manager really simps for her. Like, he's really like trying to look that clip. I don't think he can find it, but I think
Well-
he's trying.
Yeah. I
Some
don't
of it
know
was
if
her
it's
asshole.
Same difference as
I don't
her,
know
ain't
if
it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a partner manager, but somebody works at YouTube in the UK that is very much like a friend of hers or whatever. Chris Hansen knows somebody that worked with him on To Catch a Predator that's within Twitter's
With Twitter
trust and safety team.
She's actually the head of Twitter Trust and
She's the head. You're right. She's the head of trust and safety. Do we see the parallels here? I think
I
we
could
might.
definitely see it.
Oh, I'm seeing the parallels because who did Stephen A. Such talk to throughout all this shit? Augie and all those guys, right?
Yep.
Who is Chris Hansen working with right now on this fucking documentary? Stephen A. Such. The parallels are damning. Now, we have no evidence to prove any of this other than, for sure, the actual, like, for a fact, the fact that Hansen knows somebody within Twitter. That's the only evidence
Del
we
Harvey.
know for a fact, with actual evidence proving it, that's been released. Now, I've been told things, I'm sure Russ has been told things, I'm sure Kitten's been told things about those two and about all this other shit behind the scenes. None of the shit with Susie has ever come out, but the stuff with Chris Hansen has. I don't know if Kitten's right, but it definitely makes your noggin jog, doesn't it? It makes the noggin jogging, I think, because neither of those people, like Augie and Bobax and Tipster and any of the guys, they don't like any of them. And they would much rather have them gone from the fucking internet.
So you're
than to deal
saying,
with them.
the mega powers are finally coming together here.
It seems like it might be. It seems like it might be.
It makes sense.
What do you mean?
It makes sense because, like,
Okay. Well, I didn't hear what you said. I apologize. But yeah, it does. It really does.
it makes sense because the difference is, and I think from what I've been told in the agreement for this documentary that they're gonna pay whatever profit comes out of the documentary, it gets paid towards Chris Hansen's $8 million loan.
Oh, is that just one loan?
On just one loan?
Is that one? Because he was 8 million. Wait. Wow,
Yeah,
he's
8
in more
million.
debt than we thought. Rip.
Oh, I thought I just heard that number. I was like, oh,
it's like 1.5 million of personal debt, but ooh. I mean, that's all public record.
yeah, it's
If I
all.
wanted to look it up, I can. I'm lazy though.
Don't worry, it's only Tuesday. We're not sunsetting on the week yet, so
3 more days.
there are more days.
Hell yeah.
Actually, I only work tomorrow, and then I have 3 days off, so I'm happy.
Nice,
Oh,
dude.
so conference call on Thursday. We can find this. We can do it.
What do you mean?
For public information, blah blah blah.
That type of debt's court record, man. A lot of times, that's court record. I worked in collections for 5 years.
All right, so
I mean, I'm interested to at least
Let's-
listen to what you guys find.
let's see what Mr. Chris Hansen has to say, as he has he says justice. Wait, I have to read it like him because anytime I see Chris Hansen and his like titling something, I have to read it as him. So it's like, hold on. Should I get closer to the camera just so we can actually do it? No, I'm just should I just should I just get to the camera and just say hold on here.
You gotta lean back and then you gotta get real close to the mic and get real soft.
Hold on. I can't break my back.
And then you can like smudge your camera so that it's fuzzy.
Okay, hold on.
And then like beat your mic on the ground so that it's real like crusty sounding. Then only then can you impersonate Hanson.
Okay, we could deal like this.
You need a greasy lens and a crusty mic.
Yes.
And that's coming from somebody wearing like a Bluetooth
Justice
earpiece.
has begun. Hashtag Discovery Plus. Hashtag Onision in real life. Mr. Hansen, what do you guys say about this?
Just a day after episode 3 of Onision in real life rolled out on Discovery Plus, there is a sequel, Onision Unplugged. We have now confirmed that YouTube has demonetized the main YouTube channels of Gregory James Jackson, Onision. We've reached out to YouTube for comment. A spokesperson has not gotten back to me, but in the documentary, if you've seen it, there is graphic evidence of not only Onision's abuse and predatory behavior targeting young women, but the exploitation and violation of YouTube standards over and over and over again. It's about time. There is so much more to come in this story, both editorially and in the investigation being conducted now by law enforcement, being more focused than ever. It should also serve as a warning to those who exploit YouTube, who use targeted harassment and misinformation campaigns, because the spotlight is now on you. Much more to come very soon. Have a good night. I'll be watching.
I'll be watching. You know what? I just had a thought about that. Hold on. So every video, he finishes off with, "Have a good night. I'll be watching." I think he's talking in code.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Hold on. Hold on.
No, dude, hold on. Wait. Who popped up recently again? Heat Boss. You know who popped up again today? Fucking Gene.
Well, no, Gene's been popping off for a while. It just hasn't been really like, he hasn't been notice me senpai type of bullshit.
Well, he can't be noticed me senpai, not after Ashley blasted Hansen on Twitter about it. And I don't know what sweet Southern person had anything to do with that.
But
I don't know at all.
He references that he sees all. So I'm gonna make the bold prediction here, because I know what's gonna happen, and I have it in good authority to actually probably tell John Swan this. I think he's gonna get a mass flagging campaign through Chris Hansen, and have his part 3 that's specifically about Anonymous Gene taken down.
That's not part 3.
Oh.
That'd be part 4.
And I have that on good authority. The Anonymous Gene video is not part 3.
Because they're worried. You know what? So here's the thing. Here's the thing about it.
If you think back to after part 2, John said somewhere in a stream, and Nick has said this as well, that you can't tell part 3 without part 2.5, which is Gene.
Ah.
And I'll say this openly now: if Gene wants some, come get it, bitch.
Like.
And I say that for myself. Come get it, bitch. So.
Go ahead. I would love to hear if he does.
He wasn't even chicken shit, fucking chomo.
He is. He's a
fucking chomo, and that's what I'll call him.
No, you know what? We should pull a Donald Trump here and just say we'll call him the younger brother of what was the younger brother in Godfather was called that what's his face Andrew Cuomo got pissed about.
Fuck, I don't know. My son's not here. He could tell you, but I can't.
Hold on, I have to look this up because this is a true statement. Because I think we're seeing a Godfather 2 literally happen right in front of us. Andrew Cuomo.
Damn it, then Nick should understand it better than all of us, okay? Look, maybe that's why it speaks to me in the way that it does, because my family's from the same area. So
Oh, Fredo. There you go. Fredo.
That's right. Right.
Fredo. Oh, Fredo, you done messed up.
You done did messed up, sir. Now, here's why this, and this is what I told you in our in the Discord. I said between this video and the email that YouTube gave Onision,
Which
that's fucking scary, dude. Like,
we got right here. Let me zoom in on that.
I don't really want to read the entire thing, but I want to read one part of it. And I'll tell you why that scares me.
Extend this just a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, just put it out a little bit. Let's see here. If I can find it again,
Hold
I
on.
will.
There you go.
Yeah,
Now we can all read it.
Twitter, Travis.
What was that?
It's on my Twitter. If you don't have it handy, I reposted it.
Okay. No, I'm looking at it right here.
Okay.
So it says here, let me find it. Right here. Says, and this is the second paragraph. Says, with that in mind, we recently reviewed your channels and took action on content that violated community guidelines. We also are concerned about continued allegations of, get this, off-platform behavior related to child safety that could cause significant harm to the community, violating our creator responsibility guidelines within our YouTube partner program policies. That part right there fucking scares me. And I'll tell you why. Because YouTube is pulling Twitch. YouTube is now going to be taking action against people who do anything off-platform. In my opinion, and if anyone thinks I'm a fucking idiot, that's fine. But in my opinion, if you're going to be doing this shit, it probably should be on the platform that you should be getting rid of, you know what I mean? Because if you're doing shit off platform and YouTube goes, oh, well, we don't like that, you're gone, that's kind of scummy because it's off your fucking platform. It's off YouTube. It's not in a video. It's not in a live stream. It's not whatever. So why are you taking action against Onision off platform? Take action
And
against
it's not
what's
even
done on the platform itself. You know what I mean?
And to be fair, he hasn't really done anything really on Twitter until more recently with this documentary. That's when a lot of things.
Yeah.
So you can assume that I think Chris Hansen asked a favor within YouTube to actually look into reviewing into Onision's channel for not only just partner guidelines, but also potentially, which this could actually kill his channel, into child safety concerns. So they might be trying to say like, well, we don't want to report you guys to COPA.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't understand. I don't get why Chris would want to, I don't get why Chris would want to do that, you know. But
I do.
Well, I wouldn't get it before then, you know. Because if you would have told me a year and a half ago, whatever, that this is what Chris was going to do, then I'd have been like, you're fucked. You're fucking nuts in the head. I get why Chris wants to do it now. I think because he wants to take down not only Onision, but anybody that criticizes Chris Hansen.
Because he's
Including
trying to
Arden.
do it while the stove is hot.
Yes.
You have to strike while the iron's hot.
Yes.
Yep.
But unfortunately, I don't think that he understands that the bad blood that he bred and the fact that
Yes. Yep.
I don't have a channel. I mean, I could make
No.
content if I wanted to, but
Yeah.
I don't. I've been online. I'm in my late 30s. I've been online since I was
Yeah.
13. I've been online more than half of my life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
from my perspective, people like Hanson, they're a dime a dozen. But he actually was a little different because, like mainstream media, when I was in my late teens, or mid to late teens, validated him.
Yeah.
To catch the predator and everything else. So to see him come into YouTube with the Onision stuff
Yeah.
was like, I didn't know anything about Onision. What I can tell you from my own personal life experience is he sounds exactly like my ex-husband, so he can get fucked and die in a ditch. But look, a narcissist is a narcissist. A spade's a spade, and Onision is a narcissist. It's the way that he speaks. And I can tell you, like this, even the seizure video with Shiloh, where this is something that a lot of people, maybe they don't. I worked in a neurology practice for 5 years, so
Yeah.
there's a difference between epileptic seizures and what they would refer to as a pseudo seizure,
Yeah.
which means that it's a non-epileptic event. It's not a misfire in the brain. You can still be post-ictal, which is what they refer to as the state after having a seizure, regardless, which is why she didn't know what the hell was going on. And the shaking in her hands and stuff like that, that's exactly what that looks like. It's just not from it's not from a brain misfire. It's from like just a massive emotional and stress overload is what can cause that in other people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disbelieve that. I actually think that video, and that's the one that's the one that fucks with me the most, probably. But the way that he speaks to her, I've heard it all before. I know what he is. Like, and the sound of his voice, like, just makes me want to hurl.
Yeah.
Hanson's not any better than he is, and so Hanson needs to get off his goddamn high horse.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
Every bit as much as a manipulative cunt as Onision is.
And Repzilla, when he posted this, he said, apparently all of Onision's channels will be demonetized effective tomorrow. If this is a fact, ladies and gentlemen, he will no longer profit from his videos. He later responded, it appears that Onision has decided to quit upon news of his complete demonetization. I'll keep you updated here. I'm not going to pull up the video once again because, people are going to be idiots. But Onision did post a Twitter video, and I did have to double check just to make sure that it was properly censored for reasons. So this is a video of I guess Shiloh and him from, I think it was a year after they moved in. I think so. I think that's what he said. But here it is.
About 10 years ago, Shiloh made me a promise.
Your career's big and finished. Trust me, I'm capable of it. Now I actually want to destroy you because you destroyed me. You're done. And then you'll be left with nothing.
Shortly after the police showed up, because I had called the police on her, and they physically escorted her out of my house. But as I said, Shiloh threatened my career. She said she wanted to destroy me for dumping her. She said I'd be left with nothing after she's done ruining my life. And of course, the reason the police took her away is because she threatened to take her own life because I broke up with her. And she specifically stated that she was going to make it look like I did it, i.e. framing me for her suicide. This is on onision.com/Shiloh, a page with tons of content that proves my innocence and proves why I left her in the first place. But to the internet, none of these facts matter. Same goes for Onision.com/Sarah, where Sarah confesses that I didn't do anything illegal and that I was actually trying to defend her and take care of her, and that I was keeping her from illegal activities, that I was keeping her away from drugs and so forth, and that I was actually keeping her safe in general. But again, none of these facts matter. None of her admissions of what she did wrong matters. The only thing that matters is that people do not like me, and that is internet justice. Guilty until proven guilty. And even when you're proven not guilty, you're still guilty. So here's an email from YouTube essentially telling me that I can no longer make money on YouTube. It looks like
Oh,
they
I
had a
guess
whole
this is the
speech
video,
planned
actually.
just for me. But who knows, maybe this could be a carbon copy email of what they send a lot of people who are accused of random things. But unfortunately, after about 14 years on the platform, because of Shiloh following through with her promise to destroy my life, destroy my career, leave me with nothing, here I am with this email telling me that everything I've worked for has come to an end. And even though she was hauled away by the police, even though the police have repeatedly sided with me whenever she and I had a dispute, all you have to do is type in Shiloh lies and multiple videos about how problematic she is, how dishonest she is, how disturbingly unstable she is. None of this matters. So I know in Shiloh's head this is justice to her, that she can punish the man who dumped her for cheating on him and getting pregnant with someone else's baby. She can now ruin his life on top of everything else she's
That was
already
a
done.
low
And with that being
blow.
said, I'm going to go ahead and part ways with y'all. Thank you to everyone who loved me and showed me support through all my antics. Farewell.
That was a low blow. I didn't
was a
even
low
know
blow.
that until
That sucks. That really sucks. That is a low blow.
Because
Shock.
what she talks about in the documentary, and I don't have any reason to disbelieve her, nor like I'm not a sympathetic person.
Mhm.
Y'all both know me well enough to know that I'm generally not.
Oh, I know.
What she said about she had a miscarriage and her body didn't take care of it. Medically, that's actually called retained products of conception, and if your body doesn't expel it, you can become septic. And the way that she explained it, at least in the documentary and in some of the clips I've seen, older ones, when she talks about it, it's the same way. She didn't say that she had sepsis. She said that she could become septic. And yes, you can. That can kill you. You have to go to see an OBGYN. And if your body doesn't, take care of it on its own after a certain amount of time, they will do a DNC. Because if not, it will kill you.
Jesus.
It's just the way that it is. Either that or there's a thing called a stone baby, which is, don't Google that. You don't want to. But that can also happen where your body encapsulates it to protect yourself from essentially dying of used to call blood poisoning.
Mm.
But the human body can't sustain necrotic things inside of it. And I think that he spun that the way that he wanted to, even with the things that he was highlighting when he was showing it. When I say that he speaks exactly like my ex-husband did, it's that. He's always the victim. He's never wrong, and he is always the victim. It's never his fault. It's always somebody else's fault.
And
I'm
here,
not saying Shiloh hasn't ever. It's not a. I think whatever she went through is fucking terrible.
Mhm.
It's an explanation for some of her behavior, but it's not an excuse.
Yeah,
Your trauma is not an excuse to be a shitbag human.
exactly.
I'm not a shitbag human, and I've been through some shit, so.
And the fact that you bring that up makes me want to say, is it because of that particular event in her life? As a woman, do you think that could potentially break her mind to almost be in some cases similar to Onision in certain like quote unquote emotional level of things? Because it seems like because of the trauma, she's on that same like kind of level that Onision is with a lot of his attention spans and like weirdness when it comes to certain topics.
I think that, my personal opinion, like I said, having been married to one, Onision suffers probably from narcissistic personality disorder. I don't think he has any real empathy towards people. He's decent at masking towards younger women, that's why he targets younger women, because
Mhm.
older women typically will see through where, oh fuck, what's the guy's name? The guy that actually murdered his pregnant wife and their kids. That was looking up how to know if you're in love, and the guy's like in his 30s. It's like, dude, I mean, you were married and had kids. Okay.
If that wasn't love, then I don't know what is.
It's that mentality where I don't think Onision's capable of actual human attachment. And some people are just born with their wiring fucked up like him.
Yep, they are.
There's only one cure for that, and that's a nuclear take. But
Yeah.
But with Shiloh, I think that it was just. I know my parents, regardless of if I was a pop star or not, never would have allowed that shit to. There wouldn't have been an opportunity for that shit to happen, like point blank, period. So I do think some fault lies there with their parents, and I say that as a parent. My parents are always real funny about me being online, and I've been online way longer than she ever has been. Day I die, I'll still have been. But I think the thing with the miscarriage was probably the straw that broke the camel's back for her. Because I think what she says in the documentary is that after that, and after the shit he said online, online on Twitter and everything, that was it. And I can't say that I blame her. And I think in that aspect, she was well within her right. Because, I mean, he pretty much shit talked her and called her a liar. And now, like, in that clip, no, it wasn't his kid. Sure it wasn't, dude. Is that what helps you sleep at night? I hope you don't sleep at all, but,
I mean, honestly, I do hope he.
less than my ex, but.
I mean, in all honesty, I mean, just the more it's heartbreaking, but at the same time, like you said, it doesn't excuse the things that she has done, and a lot of people are gonna try to champion her about the fact that she was so brave for talking about her story. I mean, and yes, she is brave for talking about her story, but also at the same time, she realized that she told the stories of others without their permission. Now I would have been okay if it was full on, like, discretion, saying like to protect those who were assaulted by Onision, we've changed names and slightly changed the story to be a little bit more accommodating to the girls. Now, that would have been a compromise. And I would have been fine with that. But the fact that they used footage that had the girls that were in the thing, and not only that, I don't know if their voices were heard. I didn't. They were okay. Their voices were heard. And the fact that, people, it's they specifically, yeah.
Funny thing, and I can't claim. I don't remember who shared this on Twitter, but not my original idea here.
somebody made a point on Twitter that it was really fucked up what they did because they did a piss poor job of, blurring people's tweets, blurring the faces, but you know what they did make a damn sure point to do? Black out Vincent Nicotra's face.
Yeah. And I think Vincent Nicotra is definitely going to have something to say about this.
And I hope he does. I hope he does. I hope he comes for Hanson, and I hope he comes after Gene. I hope he crucifies both of them. Because it's nothing
That would be
one deserved.
Make a crucifixion sandwich.
That would be the absolute best thing. That would be the funniest, best thing that could actually happen in this situation. Because the entire situation is fucked up now. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter who cares. If Vincent goes after Chris Hansen and goes after Gene and Slug and Heatbox and whoever the fuck else was involved, that would be great. That would be awesome. That would be
if Vincent Nicotra wanted a redemption arc, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's and something that I've noticed. And something that I've noticed, actually, I want to point this out because I just had this thought. It's kind of strange that Heat Boss is attacking Slug, and Anonymous Gene comes back around the same time this fully to full time on this during the premieres of all the of all the parts of the documentary.
He's not really been gone.
I'm just saying he's been more frequent now than he has been in the last month or so, and
it's funny. It's really funny because Heat Boss called out Angry Slug.
Mm-hmm.
And now Gene and Slug are having a fucking bitch fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny. It really is. I love seeing Slug getting the piss beat out of him right now. It's hilarious. Now, let me just put this out there. I don't like Gene, and I don't like E-Boss, and I don't like Slug whatsoever. But it's hilarious seeing these three fucking gang of fucking retards going after each other. It's hilarious. It's like a weird little retard fucking groupie bitch slapping contest.
It's a circle jerk.
They're charging their crystals.
It's funny.
And here's the thing, and here's something that I think a lot of people fail to realize about this, especially because in today's stream for Augie stream, he was in there, he was active, and it seems like he's still trying to find that redemption arc. I have said this before. The last time I streamed, I said, Slug, you don't have a redemption arc, dude. Do you realize that if that you've done the exact same things that you're accusing Lucky Phil of, and the fact that you basically said on that second alt account, and I could quote this verbatim, public information. It's on a website that is primarily known for being a doxing site.
Mm-hmm.
Where he linked the Kiwi Farm site?
Yes.
Where he doxed Crow?
Yes.
Yeah, and then there was the most recent thing.
With the dox bins that allegedly, because I want to point this out, allegedly, I'm not saying that it has certain pictures
from people that didn't have any reason to lie to me that the links weren't dead.
The links weren't dead.
Oh, you mean the CP links that he shared? Fuck me.
And I know about that because I was asked about that, and I was able to provide the person that asked me with the best possible course of action to take
or the person that would be the easiest to nail to the cross. And I was able to provide them with that information. They provided me with information, and I said, well, let me look. And I said, oh, well, that motherfucker's on probation. There you go.
Huh.
That's fun.
Now, after stream, would you be able to relay that information to us, or is that confidential?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. But you know, it's just funny to me, and I'll go on the whole. I'll go on to what you said, Ross. You're like, hey, it's kind of weird how Slug is criticizing other people for doing the same shit that he's doing, because let's see what he did. Let's just go through some of the stuff he did. He criticized Lucky Film for doing something he probably shouldn't have done, but alas, he did it anyway, and he's going fucking crazy because of it. He's still going off about it. It's the funniest shit. He sends out fucking links to have CP in them, which you said actually has the links still activated, and they still work. And he's also talking about other people getting doxxed, like Trump supporters getting doxxed, and having everything taken away from them just because they were either A, Trump supporter, or B, went to the Capitol.
And let's also
Do you not see how hypocritical that looks to you, Slug? Do you not understand that? Do you not get that? But
and
I'm telling you this right now, you fucking idiot.
And Slug, and I want to point this out because, and I'm not trying to be the bad guy here. I'm probably if you look at everyone else who Slug has tried to make an enemy with, I'm probably the nicest guy who can maybe give him an actual chance at being on YouTube, like, because of, you know, just being Slug, because like he wants to do this a comic book series thing, you know, and you know what, cool, that's fine, but what you're doing in the community tabs, what you're doing on Twitter is considered slanderous. And
yes,
and I don't know about Steve, but I know one thing's for sure: if you say something that is very slanderous to me, and I can prove it, you're gonna want to sell those 3D printers, because I will nail you to the wall. Okay?
Yep.
Like I'm being honest here.
Yep.
Because any other sane person would do so.
Yeah, exactly. And see, the thing is that, and I love this too. He says that Steve DeLeve is also sharing out CP, which, where's the evidence? There is none. There's zero evidence of that. From what I can see, no evidence of that.
There's zero evidence.
You're going to tell me, Slug, that Steve DeLeve has been sharing CP, which you did, and you're not owning up to it because you're a moron who doesn't understand how any of this works.
And it's Chris Hansenism. It's like, I'm holier than you are. I don't.
Yeah, no, he is. He thinks that because he's a fucking university student who's a Democrat, surprise of all surprises, that he is completely above criticism, completely above any of that. When you showed out CP, you kept saying that Lucky Phil was doxing you, when in reality he didn't. Shouldn't he have done it? Fuck no. And I told Phil that I don't agree with what he did. But he still did it, and it technically wasn't illegal. Because all his public information was out there. Phil showed it all to me, and it's all out there. You just gotta find it. It ain't difficult.
Out that
you know what I mean?
You know who put Slug's first name out there?
Slug.
No,
Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen.
That's the reason why this is going full circle here, because you see here,
Yeah, it is.
and I think this is.
I told plug that myself.
And I've said this before, and you've seen it in Steve's server today, Travis. You see me say, this is if I could take a moment here and be biblical here for a minute. We're talking Romans 6. Hold on here, I gotta pull it up here because
I was gonna say we're not going to Revelations. Aw.
no. But it's a smart it's a smart thing to say, though. It's hold on. I gotta find it. Everyone kept talking while I was trying to say it here.
Now, we're not saying what he's gonna say with this biblical thing because we want to preach to you. We want to just show you what the good book says.
I'm just saying what This is just in general. Proverb.
Yes.
It's walk with wise, become wise, associate with fools, and get in trouble. That's Proverbs 13:20. Here, that's probably one of the most straightforward things that, and I try to tell my youth, like, I'm being real here. Like, I've told people this, like, that's probably one of the most realist quotes I think you'll ever see in the Bible, because
it is.
It's common sense. You walk with smart people, you're gonna get smart. You associate with fools. Hanson, Heat Boss, Gene. You're gonna get in trouble.
To dumb it down for people who may not understand, if you lay down with dogs, you get fleas.
Exactly.
No, exactly. You're right. You're 100% correct on that.
And I'm sure that's the origin of that saying, but it's the same principle. It's
the same proverb. It's the exact same proverb that was talked about. And I don't understand. I don't understand why all this shit had to happen. You know, and I agree 100% with what Augie said. He said, you know, with all this bullshittery and faggotry that's going on, we have to deal with all these idiots, Shiloh, and all the other survivors that came out and made an ass out of themselves, and Chris Hansen, and the Vincent drama with Chris Hansen, and fucking Angry Slug doing what he did with Lucky Phil, and doing with Steve DeLeve, and Librarian, and all these other people, you know, and Augie and all them, and we had to deal with Heat Boss being a retard, and all these other people being stupid, and Slug doxing, and all this other shit. Gene doxing, I'm sorry. And Gene doxing and all this other shit. You're not gonna do what you set out to do. What was that? What was that, class? What were we set out to do? What was Chris Hansen set out to do a year and a half, 2 years ago? What was his entire thing that he was going to do?
Get out of $1.5 million worth of debt. Oh, I said it wrong. Help survivors. That's what it's.
You know, but it's funny. He's like, he wanted to help survivors. He wanted to do all this, but in reality, he fucked over everything. He completely fucked it over, you know. And everything that, and I'll give Leafy credit, he found a lot of shit publicly about James. Found all kinds of shit about Onision. And all the other people did all kinds of other videos and streams or whatever about him. And Chris Hansen comes in and thinks he's a big hot shot, that he's going to just waltz in and everything's going to be right back to where it was. Chris, it's been, what, a year and a half?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do anything.
For a decade. Look at Repzion.
People have been doing this for a decade. Look at Repzion. Look at Leafy. Look at all these fucking guys. Look, Keemstar, he's been covering this shit too off and on for the last 3-4 years. They're doing a better job.
But nobody, according to what Asarch said and Hansen said, nobody, the tide hadn't turned against the Onion until Hansen. I knew here's my
Bullshit.
thing. I came from the beauty community, so I came
Yes.
from the most toxic cesspool there is. That's why commentary to me is just like, nah, whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever.
I don't really. It's like, okay, pedo accusation, whatever.
Yeah.
They're not literally trying to like bite each other's faces off.
No.
But from when I first like transitioned like into commentary out of the beauty community, it was number one. If I'd heard like Onision talk before I'd heard people talk about him, it would have just raised all the hair up on the back of my neck. And I was like, no, fuck that guy. But I knew then, like 2 years ago, he was a piece of trash. Where were you, Chris Hansen? Oh, that's right. You weren't here. Oh wait, no, that's right. That was before you made the Nick channel that you're bannovating on.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also, I think he's also, technically he's bannovating Twitter as well.
Oh, really? Oh my God! If you have proof of that somehow, somebody please send that to me.
Oh, what? Chris Hansen doing that? I don't think so, but I'm talking about Slug and Gene and
Slug! Oh yeah, Slug definitely bannovating. I mean, like look, I've literally got screenshots where he said the 3D printed Slug account
wasn't his.
That's the one he was linking in his community tab. Come on, dude, do better.
Like, I'm sitting there, I remember that tweet, and I can never forget it. I literally sat there and go like, it says fucking Angry Slug!
Yeah.
Look, you know what that made me had to do? I had to agree with Heat Boss and tell him that he was right because of that.
No.
And that hurt my soul, but I sent Heat Boss, like, it was a tweet, and I posted the screenshot because I was like, he's full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know what's really funny? Chris Hansen keeps going with the whole, let this be a lesson to everybody who's on YouTube to not do targeted harassment and all this, and be mindful of terms of service. I'm thinking,
he's being hypocritical of that too.
Do that! Like, fucking retard! You're doing the same thing on your YouTube channel.
Susie Lou, is that you?
Shut up, exactly. He's doing the same shit.
But he's still not yeeted off the platform, and that in and of itself says something. And there was something, this is a name that nobody's going to love me to mention, but I want to say there was a tweet that Pescator made once he got his Twitter back. Something along the lines of his attorneys had proof that Hansen was the one behind it. I would have to dig for that tweet. I don't think he like purges his, so
I think he did purge it, but I mean, I could be wrong.
Fuck. Do you remember what I'm talking about, though, Alpha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very well aware of it.
And I'll say this much: he's got enough money in attorneys to be able to spook somebody into fucking crying and snitching out. Like I'll give the man that.
Now, here's the thing with Pescator. He may be a piece of shit, but he has money. He can sue Chris Hansen because Chris Hansen doesn't have much money. He's in debt.
Yeah, Pescator has more money than Chris. Oh, that would be. You know what? Let's let 2020 just ride and let that happen. That would be beautiful.
This is the funniest part. Josh Pescator, formerly of Drama Alert, formerly decently friendly with fucking Colossal is Crazy and Dead on Dave and Tommy C, is richer. Let's put the stew on this real quick. Josh Pescator is richer than Chris Hansen, a guy who worked on NBC, versus a guy that worked with one of the scummiest people that I can think of.
You know what, though? I'll say this. I think Pescator paid a lot higher of a price for his wealth because he lost his dad. And what did Chris Hansen do to end up in the amount of debt he's in? cheated on his
Uh,
wife and ruined a rising star in the news community's fucking career. God, I'd love her to go on a documentary.
Who would you like to?
The girl Chris Hansen had an affair with, that because of
You're
him,
right. You're
essentially she was radioactive.
That would be interesting.
That's all in John's video, like part 1 and 2.
That would be interesting.
And pretty girl.
Like,
And I think she was younger. Wanted to be like the thing she wanted to be was a news anchor, like in the area that like her home. I want to say it was a Tampa-ish area, like it's somewhere in Florida, I think.
and then he fucked it up. He fucked it up.
He like destroyed her career.
Yeah, he did.
Because he was a fucking nasty motherfucker.
That's how much of a piece of shit that Chris Hansen actually is. And
that was the stuff people didn't know, because
and that's the stuff people don't know.
That weird gap.
I want to know. I want to know what other shit is behind the scenes that we don't know. What other gay ops?
I mean, I think a lot of that's been dug up. I think it's just that, like, you have this weird transition period from when he was on To Catch a Predator to, like, when he made his first, like, appearance on YouTube, you know, with the account that got banned.
Now, I never heard about the account
There's
being
a time gap. Yeah, no, he had one that his first one was banned because he was uploading. Well, I mean, hell, he pulled this. It was a straight Susie Lou before Susie Lou pulled a Susie Lou. He was uploading fucking To Catch a Predator episodes. Literally copyrighted material. And he's still on the fucking platform.
Shit that he doesn't even own.
No, he doesn't own the rights to it. No. The channel was taken down.
Now, was that the channel? Okay, this is a really fucking stupid question, but was that the channel that he was posting all this live streams to, or was that another one? Okay.
No, that was the first. That was the first channel.
So
yeah, he is technically ban evading.
So he's been ban evading.
Yes.
For a while now.
Yeah. Look, go back and watch John's first 2 videos.
I have to rewatch those again. I watched them once. They were fucking great, and then I forgot.
But that's I didn't know that. I'd heard him kind of talk about it when, you know, he, like, Hansen shit the bed when it came to the whole Davi Vanity situation.
Oh, the Davi Vanity? Yeah.
Why did it take Ashley Lilly publicly putting Hansen's dick in a frying pan and saying, "Why are you avowing this, motherfucker? You follow him," on Twitter? Talking about Gene, when Gene was trying to dox Davi Vanity. After what she said recently, where Chris was trying to press her to get Davi's address, well, that whole case is actually a federal investigation. The goddamn fuck is wrong with Chris Hansen?
He's nuts. He's an insane.
He's a clout-chasing little bitch. And
the funny
is his
part
little
is,
nut hairs.
And the funny part is that somebody said, who was it? I think it might have been Augie. He said, whoever it was said that. So you are, no, it was Munahar who said that. He said, so you are talking about YouTubers. You're saying that they should basically be yeeted from the platform, from YouTube and Twitter and wherever, when you yourself are currently now doing the same shit they are. Huh? Like how? Like how does that make any sense? Like, Chris, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You know, like.
He doesn't do anything wrong. He does no wrong.
He does no wrong because he was on NBC and syndicated on another show.
Let's show you're a fucking kind.
He's a good boy. He's not a problem child. He's just a good boy.
Y'all want to know a fun fact? Y'all know I'm old. Chris Hansen graduated college before I was born.
He is the premium boomer.
Yes.
He is the
No, you know what? He's not a premium boomer. He's like the knockoff, like the old like expired name brand makeup that you find in TJ Maxx and Marshalls. And you're like, damn, that's a good deal. And you're like, wait a minute, this palette came out like 4 years ago. Oh fuck, this shit's expired as fuck, ain't it? Mm-hmm. That's great. Here's the expired makeup palette that you wanted 4 years ago that you found now.
Yeah.
And bitch is expired. No wonder it's $5.
This man,
I'll be real honest. He's not worth that much.
He's not.
This man, I don't even understand. My brain just can't even compute. I can't
Even
compute.
like when I'm
because
face drunk, my brain still can't compute. So
he's a lying sack of motherfucking shit and doesn't care.
my dad was a little
doesn't
bit
care.
peeved that he blocked me on Twitter because I'm an only child, so I'm daddy's little princess. It doesn't matter that I'm almost 40, but I'm daddy's little princess. I told him, kind of like gave him the Cliff Notes, literal my dad's a boomer version, so he'd kind of understand. And I was like, Chris ain't bad. And I told him, I was like, and then daddy, he blocked me on Twitter, and he's like, well, he sounds like an asshole. I was like, yeah, daddy, he is.
He is.
If
He's a
you
piece of
if you
shit.
sound like an asshole and look like an asshole, you're an asshole.
Yep. Yep. And he is. He's a fucking piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. And the fact that he would advocate for getting the people that criticized him to be taken down, and I know it's gonna happen. I just have a feeling that their channel is gonna take it down. Because we're dealing with a big, quote, hot shot that works with Discovery now, who used to work with NBC. He will do whatever he can to get people taken down. Like I said earlier, those guys who criticized him, who made videos on Onision, who talked about it, whatever, or on any of Augie's streams, they know. They know exactly who
But
they
that's
are.
a double, yeah, like, do you not think that's a double-edged sword for YouTube? Because think
Oh,
about
it
it,
is.
all right? Like, one of the people that's been very critical of him, well, there two, because you mentioned Muda. Muda's got over 1 million subs.
Yep.
Reption has almost 1 million subs.
Yep.
If they come for Augie, Nick, and all them, Aiden's gonna get pissed off. Aiden has almost 1 million subs.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, like Ashley, Edwin, Nick, Augie, John, all of them.
Yep.
That will light the commentary community on fire.
Oh, yeah.
How much money is YouTube? That right there is the question. Susan's gonna have to go, like, you know, stare at herself in the mirror and talk to about her and Jack are the faces of censorship.
Yep. Yep.
But she's going to go have to ask herself, how much of my bottom line am I willing to lose for this old goddamn boomer?
And let's just say this.
Even if there's the discrepancy with Keem and like Nick and Augie and all of them, I think on principle, Keem's an asshole the same way Nick is an asshole.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Same way Tommy C's an asshole. They're all from around the same kind of area.
Yep.
But Keem's not going to stand for it. And Keem's got 5 million subs.
And
Yep.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I agree to a point. If it was just one person like Augie, you know, or Diorio, or one of those guys that they had an issue with back when Apollo Legend committed suicide, if it was one of those guys, I don't think Keem would probably say too much. I don't think. But if it was everyone, like everyone that's ever mentioned Onision in any way on any platform or Chris Hansen or whatever, and all of them just went gone like that in a matter of seconds, I think Keem would probably go, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because Mutahara is Keem's friend, or if they were at one point, I don't know. And there's
still
also other
friendly.
people who are friendly with Keem. I don't think Keem would stand for what 12 channels, 13 channels getting nuked like that. I don't think he'd stand for it. I think it was one person.
I think a lot of people that don't even like each other
Yeah,
would be like, this is just fucked.
because
Like because it's you step outside of your own personal views and your own personal biases, opinions, politics, whatever, and you look at it, and this is where I think that Keem has better optics than Ethan Klein. Keem can, from what I've heard, like between the two of them, Keem can see where something's a really bad move platform-wise.
yes,
And H3 he just is like, I see it for myself over there, whacking himself off in a corner.
yeah, yep.
I
But
don't think, regardless of any beef that there is, that even Keemstar can't say that this is very wrong. Like, this
Yeah.
isn't good and this is very unnerving.
yeah, if everyone that has ever mentioned those two guys on a live stream, on a video, whatever, and they just get nuked, including Keemstar, do you imagine how fucking
He'd see the fucking brakes off of YouTube.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and
That would be that would actually make a class action lawsuit because there'd be enough people to do it.
yeah, it
Mhm.
would be like, and I'm talking everybody. I'm talking people that even Keemstar doesn't like. But I'm talking about them. I'm talking about all of them, including like Pest Control, because they've talked about them. Anyone has ever mentioned the names of Chris Hansen or the name of Onision or James or whatever you want to call him, I'm pretty sure that if those guys get nuked on Twitter, on YouTube, any social media platform, you can bet your ass that Keem is going to probably reach out to all of those guys and say, "What the fuck is going on? There needs to be something going. you need to do something because this is fucking wrong." And also, Storyfire is dying, so they can't even go over to Storyfire.
Yeah,
And
technically though, if you really think about it, if Storyfire needed a salvation story,
This would be
this
it.
would be it. This would be it. This would be it.
Susan just handed it to Storyfire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
An
all those,
email to
if-
Onision.
and imagine if all those guys were nuked from YouTube. This is a big for instance. If all those guys were nuked from YouTube, including us, because we're talking about Onision and Chris right now, including us, and we all just go over to Storyfire, I think that would probably save Storyfire. I think.
Oh, would.
If that would happen.
Because you would get other creators that weren't nuked that are bigger, that have a lot more money.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
Yep.
And
that
that'll
could
that'll
invest in, like,
that'll
you
attract
mentioned-
sponsorships.
And,
yeah.
and
And even you mentioned Pescator. I think just because he can be an asshole, he'd give Susan the middle finger and dump money at Storyfire just to
He
be an
would.
asshole.
he would. And so
You
would
know,
Tommy.
it's one of those things. It's
Right. You're
because
right.
people think that this is just confined to commentary. If you
It's
think
not.
that, like, there's, and I've heard Nick act, and I'll give Nick a lot of credit for this. He'll refer to himself as a drama channel. Good for him, because I mean that's what he is.
Yeah.
Just much better edited. But
Yes.
you have crossover from long form commentary stuff, like more like what John does, and say TRO, to more like some of the stuff like Nick does, where it's a little bit shorter, but it's still It's just condensed, I guess would be the way
Yes.
to put it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you switch into quote unquote drama channels, which people associate
Mhm.
with the beauty community, which you have different levels of those. You've got the ones that do the longer content. Technically, I classify D'Angelo Wallace as falling into the beauty community because that's more of what he's covered. There's several other ones that are that way too, but
Yeah.
you know, then it kind of like fans back out to your daily people.
Mm-hmm.
That trickle down
Augie
effect
and
between those
Dipster.
two communities, as much as people want to say they're not linked, they're so intertwined because the type of content is the same. Just the
Yes.
subject matter
Yes.
is different.
And
And
I don't know if, because like there's a lot of people in these communities that a lot of guys just don't like. Like Augie doesn't really care for Deaf Noodles. I don't think Deaf Noodles will look at this and go, "This is amazing. This is great." I think he has more dignity than that. He's a piece of shit. Let's just say what he is.
the
But he
whole
has
thing
more-
with his Twitter, like that was okay. Like we're gonna have a little side tangent here, in my opinion, because I didn't have Twitter for a while, and like I found Deaf Noodles on YouTube, and it's like you can tell he's just being a dick.
Yeah.
Like it's completely satire, but when it was something serious, he would say literally that it was, you know, it wasn't his normal content. How people couldn't read the context on Twitter, I just assume they're all retarded. But that's me.
Yeah.
I'm older.
We're gonna have to get you
I
to
see things
sensitivity
differently.
training now. Lol.
Do what?
I said we're gonna have to. You said retard. I was like, well, we're gonna have to get you to sensitivity training. And now I'm like, oh fuck, I just said it myself.
Just, you know, I have dementia. I'm elderly.
I just worked overnights. I don't even know who I am.
Sorry.
But
I identify as a box.
I identify as a
I'm just a bot. I'm not a human. Okay.
I identify as a
cop
truck.
sitting right here beside me.
Back truck, what?
But I don't like. I could see because all he said before is like, my channel's gonna get nuked. He knows it's gonna get nuked. He knows that. I don't know by who. I don't know by when. I don't know when. I don't know what context. Chris
I think we all
Hansen,
probably have a couple of ideas.
yeah, Chris Hansen has more ability to do that.
He's got more.
Then-
He's got enough stroke with Twitter.
Mm-hmm. And since he's all buddy with the head of trust and safety, you
Del
know,
Harvey.
Mhm.
Del Harvey, correct? You're right. And I don't like where this is going. I think this is a very scary thing that Chris said because he's like, it's just basically he just said, watch out, guys, you're next. I don't like that.
Basically,
I
he
don't-
said, bend over and grease your cheeks.
Exactly. No, you're right. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like where this is going.
He's basically
this is
pulled
a
a
very-
pescator saying, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna burn it down, then I'm gonna build it back up, burn it down, build it back up. Okay, we get it, pescator.
Hey, but you know what? At least Pescator could afford to do that.
Yeah.
Being more
How's that New York penthouse? It costs me $1,700 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
that.
Wait a minute. New York penthouse, 1,700 a month?
Look, I'm tired. Okay, I look, man, I'm tired. Only working on a couple hours of sleep.
Look, I just need that real estate agent's number, okay? Because I can afford that shit.
Shit. Let me get that $2,000 a month payment. Live in a penthouse right next to Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
Just so
Yeah, right beside
I could
Chris. He
could
was
burn
like,
it and then build it again and burn it
Back
back out again.
building it down.
Ultimate YouTube content.
Oh, Pescator, you're welcome to be on this platform, on this show, and actually just make fun of me for making fun of you. and I would take it.
And also, you could pay for rent for me for a penthouse right near Chris Hansen, so I could throw firecrackers in his window and have a good time. I'll film it and put it on YouTube. I am down. I will sell out. I don't care. Everybody's
Sounds
got a
like fun.
price. My own personal amusement is mine.
Yep.
I'll join you. It'll be fun.
Roommates.
We're gonna create. It's gonna be a content house.
Oh Lord.
It's gonna be a
Yeah, all of a sudden, Sky Williams is like, "Hey, can I come over?" No, go home.
No.
Go back to L.A. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. Once again, thanks to
Fuck you.
thanks to Kitten Fantastic and Travis coming on board here. All right, you guys, that is for the podcast. I'm still working on the Twitch video. It's gonna be a Alpha on Point special, about Twitch in 2020 and just me criticizing the living shit out of it, because I can. But I'm very thankful for all you guys who watch. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, love, chicken grease, everything that's holy. Tim Tebow. Have a good night, you guys.